So I've just been sat talking for the last 5 minutes without a microphone on, haven't I? GG, GG, great start. I was literally just saying, well, I said a lot of things because it's been going on that bloody long. I was literally just saying that I've never streamed on YouTube before, so that's gone really well there. I'll let you turn the game sound on as well, make sure that's on. There you go, the game sound's now on as well. So hello to you all on YouTube. Tom's over on Twitch, probably having a much smoother stream than me at the moment. It's great to see you all here. It's something I've never done before in streaming, so it's something totally new for me, so bear with. What we're doing tonight is we're doing something totally different that we've not done before, and that is SimRail, mainly because it's only just come out. It's impossible to do something that's not come out. They've released a playtest. It's a Polish developed game by the guys at... Oh, he's trying... This is going to keep happening. So he's now ringing me. This will be Tom on the phone ringing me from the next box down the line. I will try and explain that to you in a minute. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
You hear me?
I was still doing. Yeah, I was still doing my intro, but you rang halfway. I forgot to unmute my microphone.
Yeah, that's what I'm ringing up for. I'm getting told you forgot to unmute your
Yeah,
microphone.
I forgot to unmute. Yeah, thank you. I was just explaining the fact that I'd forgotten to unmute my microphone. Right, I'll ring you back in a few
That's it.
minutes.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello. No,
No
I am on
worries.
YouTube. I'll ring you back in a few minutes.
No worries.
Bye. Right, now I got to Vim. Let's have a look at the chat. I am very quiet. Oh god, something always something wrong with my setup. This is why I don't stream. Right, now that should be much louder. In fact, that should be deafening almost. Can you hear me now? So, yeah, we're on SimRail. It's a multiplayer game. We are literally on a live server. There are myself at Bedzin. Tom is at Debroa, which is 3.9 kilometers away. And there's another chap dispatching called Crypto Emerald who has been helping me out today. He is 4 kilometers away. He's literally sort of that way to the left of the diagram. Tom is 4 kilometers that way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do multiplayer dispatching. Hopefully, some other people are going to join and drive. If you've got the SimRail Playtest, we're in the Portuguese server, so jump in there if you can, and it'd be great to see a few of you in there. Hello to the guys that's out in the chat. We've got Brutek, Spaghetti Raver, Merrick Noswood, Nicholas, Adam Haig, Josh, and David, and Gareth Bull. So hello to all of you guys. And as I say, bear with me because this is the least smooth thing ever. But still a learning curve for me with all this sort of thing. So yeah, as you can see, we have actually got literally a train sat right outside here, and that is train number 14127, and it is at signal B. For some reason it's not hover. When I hover over that, it's supposed not to show the number. For some reason it's not. So we've got this really cool looking old style panel. If you go to Tom's stream on Twitch, he's got a sort of just a computer screen, a monitor on his. We've got a really old style panel with all these little toggles on it, and we can actually change the points and everything. It's a pretty interesting station and little yard. We've got a few lines here. Most of these aren't actually used. You've got the one on this side of the platform obviously is used, and then you've got the loop there that you can use, and this loop here. You can use some of these others as well, but there's not really any need to. And then there's a line on the other side of the platform obviously as well, because it's an island platform station. So you get these two main tracks, and then you're reflected on there. And I'm basically controlling the trains through this section. The ones that Tom sends me that way, and the ones that Crypto Emerald sends me from that direction. So what we're going to do first of all is click B, and that will set the road here. So we'll set the road. That clicks the signal into place. You can see it's changed to green. And straight away, we're going to get the next one on as well. And what we're going to do then is we can actually go outside the box. We don't have to stay in the signal box. We can actually go outside it. Oh, hey Round Night. Sorry, mate. I didn't realise it was you on YouTube account. No doubt some of you are talking in Tom's chat as well. So, but yeah, we're going to go outside the box and have a little look around. Have any of you guys actually got the playtest yet or not? I know it was something you had to sign up to sort of beforehand. So I know a lot of you probably haven't got it yet. It's one of those things. It's quite buggy at times, to be honest with you. And I feel like there should be more trains here than there is right now. But we'll see how it goes. We're in a quiet server. There's nobody else actually driving at the moment. It's all AI that you'll see driving. The dispatching part is the multiplayer bit at the moment. It's open for people to join, so if anybody wants to join, you can do, and you'll get inside quite easily. There's plenty of room. So I need to now tell the dispatcher at Sosniak, which is the next box down the line, that that train has just passed through. Train is 14127. So I need to go into this window here. I need to click train 14127 departed at, and what time are we on? The time that we have is 17:07 on the little computer screen. 17:07. And that's gone to the dispatcher down the line at Sosniak. Now, you can also actually do this by phone. I could have clicked the phone there and actually run the other box, and I'll do that when one comes the other way and I'll ring Tom up. And he's responded there saying copy to say that there's a train coming through. There's already another train here, which Tom may have told me about 10 minutes ago, but I've been holding it. But yeah. Hey up, Dan, how you doing, mate? Have you got the playtest? Oh, live in person, nice one. You're going to join in. Sorry if I'm a bit slow with the chat as well, because I've only got one monitor because I'm a pauper and I don't have much money. I've only got one monitor, so I can't see the chat in live form as such. So yeah, we've already got another train at this next peg. I suspect it's a light engine maybe. So again, click that. Now the mistake I made with that first one is there's a level crossing somewhere there, roughly. And you can hear that bell a few minutes ago. You probably could hear that bell going. And that was the crossing that was down. You don't really want to be activating that too soon. So as soon as I see this train appear around the corner, which is there, I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to press K1 and I'm going to set that in motion. So you can see it's already lighting up the diagram as well. It's this light loco. So we can literally watch it go past. And then again, I need to tell the next box down the line that he's got another train on his way. That's train 242231 departed at, and I'm going to explain a bit more about what we're actually doing. Has that time actually changed? It's 9 minutes past, not 7. No, that time's not changed. It should be 17:09 now. As I said, it was quite a buggy game at the moment. It is literally a playtest, so what you're seeing is essentially testing. We're testing the software for them at the moment. And it's all the bugs that we're coming across, we're feeding them back to the farm. If you have got it, make sure you're feeding back your bugs and stuff. So now we've got 2 drivers in. We've got Living Creature, who was he was actually in the chat a minute ago, so hello to you. He's joined train 40633, and Chris89, who I know is Chris Harrison, he's on train 14127. So what we can actually do is we can go over back to our computer, log on to the computer, and we can actually see when those trains are going to come through. So you got, what was it again, 40633 is due through at 17:49. It's now 17:08. I'm still sure that's going a bit slow, but so Living Creature should go through in about 40 minutes or so. So we'll hopefully see a natural real person driving through at that point. And Chris Harrison is on 14127, and that is due through at. If you type in the number up here, it's going to actually give us the time it's due through. 5 o'clock from Tom's side. Now I'm not sure if he's already gone then in that case. He might be the next one through actually, looking at it. So we'll see if he comes through next. He might be the one that's just gone, to be fair. Tom's just telling me that Chris Harrison's in the server. I've just literally spent the last 5 minutes explaining that. Still waiting on the email, Harrison. Hopefully it'll come through to you, mate. Hopefully it'll come through to you. I know they are still adding people. Have you checked the actual Steam store page? Because they did add a load of extra people on Friday. Late on, when they did the last update on Friday, they actually added another load of people in. So check your actual Steam store page, because I didn't get an email to say I was actually accepted. It literally just said on the Steam store page where you actually signed up, it said there. So check that out and see if it's got up there. Woodman Gaming, you're joining a bit. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Do you know which server I'm in? The Portugal server, if nobody already knows. So it looks like 14127 is coming through in a couple of minutes. That will be Chris Harrison, who's, as I said, is one of the viewers. So we'll check him out as he comes through. Well, it must have already gone because I sent him through there. So 14127 must be at Sosniak. So we've missed Chris sadly. Chris joined that train about 2 minutes too late. It seems very quiet. I'm not sure why it's so quiet. It might be literally that it's very bugged, like I said it could be. So we did have a bit of a dead patch there, look, and we should then have 64408 should be going around now, which it hasn't. I'm going to ask the chap at the next box down. Any trains due soon? Tom's now sending me a train, if you noticed, but he's not ringing me to tell me he's sending me a train. I thought it was supposed to be. I thought I'm going to tell him this. I thought it was supposed to be using the phone. He literally discussed with me talking about using the phone. Oh, did you want to sign up today, Harrison? Fair enough, mate. I'll hopefully get it then soon. Woodman, we're on the Portuguese server, the Portugal server. Oh, living person says that a friend of his got accepted today, so maybe check that out. Sergeant Glowany says that the next one is scheduled in about 12 minutes. So we literally have a train coming in a couple of minutes. I'm not entirely sure. Which one did Tom say it was? 4133. So that is the next train. It's 40133. So again, we're going to go to his computer screen, have a look at the scheduling, see whereabouts 4133 is on this timetable. Is there, look. And he is I believe he's a unit, a stopping train. So he'll be in all stations. Stopper, perhaps not actually. 4133. No, I think he's a loco. Or looking at that. But he's due through PT, so that means Pevon, which means platform, and it means track is the T. So he's due through Pevon 1, track 1. So that's what we'll see him go through at 17:20. He has no layover, which means he's not due to stop, and he's going from Dubrower Gornica, which is the side that Tom's on, and he's going to Sosniak, which is the side that Emerald is on. So you'll see that go through in a few minutes' time. We'll take a little walk around in a minute as well. There's no adjacent towers really going towards from us, mate. There's none around us at the minute, as far as I know. There's 20 minutes till the next train now, apparently from the other direction. We've got the 3 towers here, and the next one is also taken by Howard there. So yeah, there probably isn't any towers around. And Latsy is probably the next closest one, but that's not really connected to us. But it's still a tower at the same area, obviously. Some of them are really far out in the sticks. So now we can see that train's in that section. We know it's time to get the signal pulled off. Get the signal pulled off. I've changed some points there, that's why it's not pulling off. So to change the points, you use these little toggles here. And as I'm doing this, I'm probably going to show you all how to use this box as well whilst we're at it, because it's a different experience to what you get with the electric ones, like Tom's using the computerized ones. With these ones, you can show the substitute signals by using these buttons, and you can show the main signals by using these buttons. But so far with this, I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good looking game, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it. Let's have a look at what's happening in the chat. Woodman Gaming, Logan Evans, KZ Tower is proper fucked. Oh, is it? Have you joined? Have you got in at KZ? Is that you that's joined in at KZ there, Woodman? Because what happens basically is the trains keep queuing up. So we could sit here for ages and not really see that much come through, and it'll keep messing up and stuff. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, and I'm hoping we're going to get quite a few things coming through. But it is the case where, because it's literally a beta, you do find that it cocks up quite a bit. And we're just trying to get used to it, and also see if the interest is going to be there for it as well. And myself, I've been waiting, like I'm sure some of you guys have, 22 years for a proper multiplayer train simulator. I mean, trains had multiplayer, I don't really count it as trains. I don't know. Never really enjoyed it that much. Right, so the phone's ringing. That is, you can see on just about see. It's Tom ringing, so let's pick it up. Hello.
Hello, my stream's died at the minute. Also, train 1431 is on its way to you.
All the good news then.
All the good news. I don't know why my stream's died. It's just it decided to stop working. But I am still here.
What was the
People
train
can
number?
hear me at Mark Stream. I will be back. 1431 Pendolino.
431. Right, roger that. Pendolino on its way. Right, okay.
Alright.
Thank you,
I'm
Debro.
trying to get my stream working now.
Alright,
Bye.
okay, bye. So, hello to anybody that's coming from Tom's stream, because Tom's stream's dead. Tom's stream dead. Hello, Josh. Hello, folks. This side of the stream might be a bit more chaotic, just because I've got not a diddly squat what I'm doing. I'm just sort of walking about. And we want to check. We can see he's in the next section, so we want to now set this one ready for the crossing. And as before, we want to tell the next box down the line that there's a train on its way. So that is at 17:16. Why is my time wrong? Anyway, so let's go out and have a little gander at the next train to come through. So far you get a few different trains. You get the EP07, which was the one we saw going through before, and it's probably what this is going to be. You get the EU07. They're sort of old style electric locos. I think they might be the ones that are based basically on a Class 83 British loco, and they are a proper challenge to drive. I might actually have a go at driving one, to be honest. Yeah, it would help if you driving. Yeah, the forum's worth driving as well. Yeah. Oh, nice one, Woodman. So you're down at Katowice. Is it like workable down there? Is it completely like broken? Are you able to clear any of the queue, or somebody actually killed it? Nice one, Josh. Shooting the automated message by clicking the button on the phone. I could do that. Yeah, to be fair, I could do that. Oh, it's not a local. So this is the other train that you get. You get the EN76 modern EMU. It's sort of similar to a flirt, I guess. It's quite a cool thing to drive, and this is what I'd recommend if you're having your first drive. Is get on this one because it's the easiest to get your head around. It's just literally power up and away you go, sort of thing. Oh, this is Chris. So this is Chris Harrison. You know, I was saying about a few minutes ago that Chris Harrison was driving. He's changed trains. He's now in 4133. So this is Chris that you can see in the player chats. This is a player-driven train. It's not an AI. If we run up here, we should, if Chris doesn't leave straight away, we should hopefully see that Chris is sat up here. No, Chris isn't sat up there. Where is Chris? Oh, there he is. A bit low. Need a booster seat in there, mate. But yeah, there's Chris driving the train. Well, Christine as it is there, but yeah, that is a real player-driven train. So there's a queue into KW on TK1 and 3 that isn't clearing up. That's not good to read. Maybe a server change incoming soon then. Not sure what Chris is doing here. He's opened the doors about 4 times. Did he not do off yet, maybe? Ah, movement. So Chris did have another train behind him. If we go back to the panel, we're going to probably find, that the Pendo that's behind him is literally right behind him. And I'm going to find the next box. That he has a Pendolino directly behind service 40133, just in case he wants to hold it. So what I need to do now is, because this time's playing up, I can actually go onto this screen, put train departed there, and it's just in case this is a sort of formal way of telling the other box that trains are running. So I want to put in here 40133, and all that does is telling it. No, I don't want to put that. I want to put 1341. I'm looking up here. So it's on BK1. Send the message telling it that 1431 has departed, and it should should be in the keyword, coming to view reasonably soon. Although it seems to be going pretty slow at the minute. Tom's gone again. Is Tom's internet dying? You alright, Hamster Cheeks? How you doing, mate? Woodman, is that queue? Is it before or after the station? Is it on the sort of like top left of your panel? Because I had that earlier. Oh, here we go. I got a Pendo coming through. So you get the Pendolino as well in the playtest. You can't drive the Pendo, which is a shame, but obviously I'm guessing in the full game, I haven't read this anywhere, but I'm guessing in the full game you're going to be able to drive the Pendo as well. So it'd be a massive disappointment if you couldn't. You also get a Trax locomotive in the playtest to drive, and I've not driven that yet myself, but I've seen other people driving it. If ever that queue can get cleared from the other end, then we should get some stuff going the other way as well, but at the moment it sounds like Woodman's struggling with that because somebody's broken it, presumably, or the server's broken before we actually got in. And these are I mean, I'm really hoping that these playtests are going to fix this sort of issue, because it's going to be a bit useless if we have these problems when it comes out. The full release is meant to be next month. I'm a little bit skeptical as to whether it's ready, if I'm honest with you. I don't think it is. On the right side for you, it sounds like it is screwed then. Okay, maybe it's time to change server. Is Tom actually there, or has he gone again? Why don't I ring him? It'd be easier, wouldn't it? Woodman, we might be changing server, by the way. I'm assuming you can hear me.
Hello?
Hello? Apparently
Hello?
this server's knackered
Oh,
at
okay.
Katowice, so we're probably going to need to change server. So I'll find us an alternative, and I'll let you know in a few minutes.
Alright, do you want me to stay for a second, or...?
You can do for now. I'll send you a message on Discord in a minute.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, bye.
Cheers.
So what we'll do is we'll go and find another server, because the servers are so iffy with it, and this is why I was a bit concerned about streaming it, to be honest. Hey, up out, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, they need to go into Amazon servers. They need to do something. And this is the other caveat that I've sort of had. Oh, you can see, obviously, the big deal with this game, unlike TSW, ta-da, editor. Yeah, so we're actually getting, as far as I know, we're getting like a route editor, scenario editor, and all sorts of stuff. No idea what Depot's going to do, presumably so you can just look at your pretty collection. Train Driver will be single player, and multiplayer is where all the big stuff happens, allegedly. The server that I've always sort of looked at is the Chinese one, but it's not been coming up with a ping. It's always been pretty quiet when we've been in it, but it's not been coming up with a ping. Let's have a look at the Italian server. Start looking at the obscure ones and seeing what's happening. The Italian one's pretty busy. The English one will definitely be broken. 100% that'll be broken, always broken. EN ENA. Let's try the Australian server, see what's happening in there. But yeah, this is the problem. Oh, you're working it out? Oh, well, I've gone. I'll come back then. So they are working. It's not completely dead then, Woodman. Yeah. If they're moving, then I'll come back in. Just don't want. I don't want people to be sat watching nothing for an entire night, because that's not much fun for anybody, including me. We'll do some of these other boxes as well. Why am I pointing at the screen? We'll do some of the other boxes if you can see my mouse. I don't know if you can see my mouse. We'll spend probably half an hour more, or whatever, at beds in. There's non-relievers in this playtest. Oh, it's still kind of broken. I've come back in now. Well, we'll back out again now. At some point I'll find a server to go in. EN2, yeah, we could try EN2, but it'll be busy, that's the thing. I'm messing when I got on there. Yeah, there's only like 4 boxes available because it's busy. We'll try EN8, I think. Or is there, what ones is there? There's EN. Oh, there's a Spanish server as well, actually. Let's have a look at the Spanish server. That's pretty busy.
Matt, I'm just unmute this for a second. What streaming settings do you use? Because this is really struggling for me. It keeps crashing.
I don't know. Do you mean streaming settings?
Like your
Bitrate?
encoder. Like, well, yeah, bitrate and encoder settings. What have you been using?
Don't know, mate. I just did it on default, and I don't even know. Is the stream
Yeah.
quality alright, guys, on mine or not? If somebody in chat can let me know what the quality is.
Yeah, I can open it up.
I've gone to the.
Speed of law.
I've gone to the. I'm in the EN8 server now, the Australian server.
Right. I'm just getting now. Sort of stream out in a second. There's not. Isn't the thing just locks up? Like the video just locks up and then just dies.
Yeah. So
Mate.
yeah. What's my stream like, guys? Is it alright? Quality good? Right. Okay. Well, that's the main thing. As long as the quality. Why is my phone in? I've only just got here. So this is somebody randomly in.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
What's up?
No, mate. What's up with you? I mean, I'm just arrived. I've only just got to beds in. What is the server working?
Yeah, kind of. Not so much people, and sometimes not so much trains in this area.
So is it one of those where the trains are stuck somewhere then?
No, I'm not sure.
No, okay. I'm trying to do a live stream of it, and I'm trying to find one where there's actually trains moving, but I can't find any with trains moving. It's a bit of a problem.
I think there is 2 trains going in the other direction of. You go
Yeah.
to me, and the next station after that, Dabrova,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think I have 2 trains just standing on a line. I can't do anything there.
Oh dear, that's not good. Not good at all. Right. Okay. I might change servers then, because
So
it
I'm
sounds
not
like
sure.
it's broken. Yeah. I think I'll change servers. It sounds like it's broken to me. All right, mate. Cheers for ringing.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye. On a slightly awkward, just random phone calls from random people. Yeah, so this is the problem with this game that you find in here, is that it's literally broken. I have to tell that guy as well, apparently this one broken too.
I've just done an auto optimization of the Streamlabs to see if that helps. Although weirdly, it's just put all my overlay back on.
At this point, I'm
Right.
going to take this into a solo stream, I think. Just because I can't find anything that's anybody. You know, try and join the same server, but I need to try and keep something actually showing on the stream, because it's kind of nothing at the moment.
Yeah, just tell us where you're going and we'll just get in.
I'm trying to get in the EN2 server at the minute. Alright, I'm in EN2 and I'm at Latsy. No, now SimRail stopped working.
Okay.
Should we go back to TS?
Do you want multiplayer?
Hey dear.
My,
Yeah, the recorder strings are absolute farce.
I'll just mute this again. Let me know when you've got a server and just tell us which one you're going in.
Yeah. Yeah, King, it's an absolute farce, mate. Absolute farce. The whole thing is, to be fair, at the minute. It's a bit chaotic. Let's have a look. I've been having periods where you'll sit there and it'll be fantastic for 2 hours, and then it'll go through. They've all gone now. Literally, the 2 seconds I tried to reload, the whole set of like places. Should we try and join the German server? I got abuse in the German server for being an English speaker the other day. Oh, let's jump in there. That's a decent box. So we'll go to Katowice box, which is a nice little one with sort of some lines around the side of the station, which is quite cool. And you can route stuff onto slow lines and stuff. The L is like a W, so like what's C? I've lost me there, mate. My little Wakefield brain can't keep up with that. say what I see. Of course, because we're back in a UK-based server, I'm guessing we're going to be... I thought this was a North American server, but it seems to be running on UK time because it's going towards 25 to 10. I like Polish time. We've got a few trains in here, look. So this is a totally different sort of panel. This is an electric panel, a computer panel. So we've got a monitor here. So it's a more modern setup. So we've got train 4190 coming through in a minute. Let's see, a lot of these are drivers actually. Look at all these players that are playing. I think I'm literally the only... There's one other English speaking person in here at the minute. So let's see if I can avoid getting any abuse tonight for holding people up. Literally the other night I got called the English speaker for holding somebody up. So hopefully that'll clear. So we've
Hello?
set the road there. Is this guy going to sort of stream out what? Hello?
Oh, where are you at?
Deutschland 1,
Okie dokie.
Germany 1.
What's your box?
I'm at Katowice. You'll just have to try and get some because it's
Oh,
mega
there's
busy.
only one left. I'll go
Yeah,
for that one.
mega busy. Mega busy.
I'll see if I can figure this one out.
Okay,
No worries.
in a bit. Alright, let's get rid of him again. It's a much more chaotic than we would have wanted it to be. So yeah, this is another real person coming through. Yeah, DE1 Woodman. Can I turn the gain up on my audio or the game or the mic? Hello, testing, maybe mine as well. It might be mine that's quiet. There, is that a bit better? I've not got sort of used levels because I don't stream, so I don't have levels for my stuff, to be honest. It's set to the stuff that I have on for videos, and then I use a different mic for the videos. This is my crappy headset that's broken with that thing. There must be some weird shadows, look. Must be the trees. They actually released some sort of stability update about an hour ago, and I'm not sure exactly what stability it gave because it seems to be pretty broken still. But I mean, overall, I quite like the visuals. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if it looks quite as nice as TSW, but then in some areas I actually think it looks better. You'll see when it gets properly dark, you get a lovely, like, the lights shine through the mist and stuff. It's brilliant when it does that. It does look really nice. But yeah, generally speaking, I think it looks pretty decent. Again, I'm not entirely sure what sort of setup we're going to find ourselves with here in terms of trains moving about. You go and drive a Woodman, yeah, it's a bit chaotic, mate. I'm just trying to keep it sort of interesting at the same time. Whilst we're going to break in trains, I'm going to go grab a beer, I think. The fact that that's not moving anywhere is sort of worrying me a bit. Oh, it's gone well. That's gone very well. That guy's now leaving. He's leaving very slowly. But this is the reason why I want to make sure that it gets private servers. I have actually asked the developers. Unfortunately, they decided not to reply. Hopefully they do. But they seem to have replied to most other topics, but not mine. So I hope it's not one of those cases where you just don't reply to the people if you're not going to plan to do the thing that you're doing that they've asked for. Because if it doesn't have private servers, I think it's going to be an absolute car crash. Just because of the fact that you'll get people being toxic and you'll get people that don't know what they're doing, which is fine, but if you're trying to organise an actual event, then it's chaotic. I mean, this, for instance, this is a trial to see if we can organise an event. It's not a trial that's going very well at the minute, is it? Let's be honest. Hey up, Train Spotting TV, Alex. How you doing, mate? So we've got a train showing us coming through here next. And that one has cleared in that direction. Nothing is cleared that way, though, which is really starting to make me think that there's probably a big queue that way. We can actually send stuff on that line, though, track 3. So that's track 1 to Katowice. Or Katowice. Am I supposed to say Katowice? Maybe I am. But that's track 1 that way. Track 3 also that way. So basically the fast and slow lines, essentially, to Katowice. And the AI at Katowice has now told me that 644048 has now set off from there. So that'll be the next train through for me. And that'll come on this track, I suspect. Is that somebody giving me abuse there? Let's have a look. See, I'm gonna have to translate that message. The fact that he's used the word Englitison means that he's worrying me. No, it means Devale apparently. So I'm safe tonight. He hasn't noticed how you can Devale, apparently that translates to. Which, to be fair, I haven't noticed that. I don't know you could do it. I've not seen anybody do Devale myself. I just keep seeing the message come up saying that people are Devaling. Well, private servers will be a thing, Woodman. Oh, that'd be quite cool. That'd be quite cool then. Because if we get them reasonably quickly after release, if it's not like one of those things that comes a long time down the line, if we get them reasonably quickly, then it'll be fantastic. Timetable is here, Alex. At the minute, it seems really repetitive. You sort of see the same train. You get like cargo train, regional train, intercity train, intercity train. You get a few more, then eventually you get another cargo. Basically, every hour you get a cargo train. And that's sort of how it's working at the minute. So we've got a freight coming through. 644048. Now I'm going to just hedge a guess here that he's going to be running late. Because pretty much everything seems to run late. You can type the train number in up here. So 644048. And we can see that here's a cargo train. And his start train was Apol Grotzowitz. And terminus station was something that I can't say. And he's coming to me from Katowice, which is to my right on that diagram. And to Post, which is to the location, to Box, Sosnowiec, Glauni, which is to my left. And he's 21:42, so he's actually on time, which is a surprise, to be honest. So we can let him through on that line, track 2. So all we do with these boxes is we literally just press the main buttons, connect them up, and do that with them. And do it again through there. So now he'll come straight through. He's going to be following right behind 41 now, which is that unit that we saw go through a few minutes ago. But he will go through. In fact, you can actually see him. So I think I stopped him actually, I read there. Sounds like there's chaos going on at Sosnowiec, which is just round the corner from me, so that's not good. Jump the barriers. Go and have a watch of this freight going through. Is this a real person? It is a real person, so this is again a real person. Texturing and stuff, a little bit low res. If I'm honest, it's not quite the same as TSW in that respect, I don't think, but you know, overall graphically, I think it does look pretty nice. The lighting and stuff to me seems decent. It seems, you know, really quite good. And considering that this is its starting base, when you think where TSW started, Tom's got 2 trains going towards each other. Sounds really good then. Oh, another update's just dropped. Oh, right, okay, well maybe come out and get the update then. Right, cheers for that, Artful. I'll probably drop out in a second and get that other update in then. We'll watch this one go through and then we'll go and get that. Is somebody able to... I'll tell Tom in a minute if nobody else has. If somebody's told Tom, can you just let me know in chat before I go and awaken him? Makes me wonder what they're doing so late on a Sunday night, just randomly doing updates, trying to patch stuff. Maybe the update actually broke more stuff than it fixed. One thing that is broken is the fact that I was on the wrong platform there. But I do love how you can sort of just see the light piercing through when it's misty. You won't really see it on this angle, but if you're down at the track side, you do see it. I don't think the track's perfect in terms of how it looks, but it's alright. But yeah, just as the light hits everything, it looks really, really nice, I think. Not noticing any tail lamps on these trains, just like little stickers. Is that a thing in Poland? Hello, Benedict. Tom Streams died again. Christ. You say you know it won't happen, Alex, but you never know, mate. You never know. Yeah, they're active. Yeah, they're active. The developers do seem active. Yeah, but yeah, you never know with UK stuff. I think we've got a few trains moving, by the way, on here, so I'm not going to leave just yet. According to the diagram, there's a few trains moving up there, so let's just get 5 minutes and see if anything else comes. But yeah, I wouldn't rule out UK stuff. I'm sure I've read, I'm sure I've heard somewhere that they're working on German stuff, and I know they've reached out to other developers and stuff at one point. So I think they'll focus mostly on Polish stuff. You would imagine being a Polish developer, but I wouldn't say that they'd
Hello?
never do UK stuff. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello.
What's the current gen? I believe there's some update or something.
Apparently there's an update. I'm just giving it a minute to see if anything else comes, which there isn't.
I grabbed a small update before I came on.
Yeah, there was an update. Apparently Artful says there's another one just gone on, so I'm just going to go grab that now.
All right, let us know. I've got all sorts occurring here at the minute. I've got trains facing each other on the same line.
Right.
There's a train apparently on its way now. Someone's actually set off in it, so I'm waiting. It's here now. So once he clears, I'm hoping I'll be able to get this one back onto the right track. SimSig, pretty much, yeah. SimSig with better graphics, Ben. Yeah, chaos. Yeah, let us know. Come back on the mic when you've, if and when you find any
Well,
update.
I'm coming back in now, so.
Did you grab an update?
No, it didn't actually download anything. I did download something 12 minutes ago, which maybe
I downloaded before we came on the stream, so I'm
maybe I
presuming
got
it
it.
might be that.
My game crashed 12 minutes ago, so maybe I just got it
Yeah,
then.
right. I don't know if there's anything waiting on mine.
There's nothing
It won't tell me
available at the moment in DE1. So let's see what trains we've got to drive. Should we ever go to driving a train? I might drive a train, since as though we've done some dispatch there and it's all a bit chaotic. Let's try driving for a bit. I'm on DE1 still.
Same server, yeah.
Can I tell? Yeah, Tom Benedict says that the free sub money on Twitch goes to me. Cheers, mate.
That's John. Have I set this guy to red or something? Why has he stopped there?
Right. Okay, I'm going to mute this again.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we're straight into the action here, aren't we? Okay, so whoa! I've forgotten how to drive it. Oh shit! Panicking a lot. That looks chaotic. Hello, all you units. Let's press some colourful buttons on the assumption that something will happen. Right, we've got the brakes off. We've got power. So yeah, these are very similar to a. Let's lower the game sound a little bit. Let me know if that's like better balance. Hey up, Fraser Cotter, how are you, mate? I'm doing well, thank you. Catch up with some of the chat. Hello, Ash there. Artful, yeah, the track doesn't load as far. The signals don't load as far as like TSW and stuff either. They load at like 800 meters, the actual lamps, which isn't great. And there's a few other things that I don't like about it, which I'm hoping they do fix. The track, yeah, like you say, it's not quite as polished, I'd say. The trains actually, some of the some of the trains, they actually don't appear until you get to like 800, 900 meters away. Which is one of those things at the minute where it's because it's in beta. Obviously got to give it some slack, see what it's like when it finally comes out. If I'm totally honest, has the server just reset maybe there? Because it's disappeared. If I'm totally honest with you, I don't think this is ready for release next month. I think we're a fair way off yet from release personally. I think they'll probably will release it next month, but at the moment this is very, 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 very iffy. It's very sort of all over the place. And obviously it's a test to find bugs, isn't it? But let's see. Devlog they mentioned working with US developers. That'd be quite cool. Although we've got Run 8 though, haven't we? So I mean, if I wanted to play American stuff, I think I'd play Run 8. I think it's the European side of things would be quite cool. So that's a server reset, is it? Okay, keep an eye out for the server coming back then. There it is. quickly get back in the German server. Somebody tell Tom to get back in there. Not sure which train we were actually driving there. Let's go on that one. We'll just see what happens. But yeah. I feel like this would be great to have. I really want Polish and German content for this. British stuff, I'm sort of sat with TSW and TS. Alright, Josh, yeah. I dyed my hair brown last week, mate. Well, moving at least, which is always a good sign. But we're on a section here that goes to somewhere really boring, which isn't where I want to go. And this is the other thing, and this is another thing that's about this, is when you try and select a train, another thing that'd be good to see improvements on would be like, where are you at the point where you're selecting it? Because there's no actual way to tell where you are. And there's nothing on the train list now either. There's no way of actually telling where you are. When you actually get to drive the damn thing, it's a lot of fun, but it's very frustrating to actually get somewhere. So supposedly that is now the only train. Did I imagine that list a minute ago with like 40 on it then? Just keep trying to get back in. There we go, there's a couple more. I've got a feeling that that one is the one that came up then is the same one. I think everybody's basically coming in racing here to get the trains. Probably because we went into a server that had just rebooted. But yeah, it's a bit chaotic. You change the bias for signal view distance. Yeah, you can change the bias, but it doesn't seem to really do much. Like just makes the bulb get bigger, but it doesn't appear until it's like 800 meters away still. And it also, when it does appear, it looks absolutely ridiculous. It's like somebody's put a balloon on the end of the signal post. It's mental. Yeah, this is getting frustrating at the minute, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Run 8's not very good. This would be better than Run 8, obviously, but yeah, the physics side of it is good in Run 8, but the graphics side of it, I'm not a massive fan of. I used to love playing it about 10 years ago. I used to love it, but yeah, the Run 8's, yeah, there'd been a lot of drama. That's the thing. Hopefully, that doesn't happen with this as much in terms of community toxicity and stuff. Because I know when I was a part of that community, there were all sorts of chaos. It was when it had first started, about 2012, I think it was, and you used to go in there and you'd be driving around, and then somebody'd come in just to sabotage the server. Like you'd be sat shunting your train. There was one time I was sat shunting a train with a guy actually like shunting me back, telling me what to do. And then suddenly there's a guy just appears in the server and just rams everybody off the track on a curve. And it's like, right, okay, thanks for that, mate. Appreciate you. Great. We all really wanted to just do that. We'd all just spent an hour shunting all that train for you to go and do that to it, but you know, crack on sort of thing. But yeah, that was a really toxic community was the Run 8 one I found. Not as toxic, well, probably more toxic than the CS1 to be fair. The experience I had of it. I've not tried Run 8 V. I don't even know if I tried Run 8 V2 to be honest with you. Right. Have we got a working train? Have we got working signals? Oh, don't do this. This is the other thing it does. Is that awful control panel lighting right in your face. It's like that, blinding me. Drive through a station without stopping. Well, I'll have a job on, mate. I'm past the station. I'm still arriving. Give me a chance. I think Tom's driving. So yeah, this is the EN76 unit that we're going to have a go at driving here. And we are just arriving into Katowice main station. And we're due off here at, well, we were due off here at 21:50. That's come and gone, obviously. And I just opened the doors on the front side, but pretended I didn't do that. But yeah, you see what I mean with the signals? They actually look okay at the minute, but if I go in the settings, and over here, in the simulation, unless there's something unless I'm using the wrong setting here, chat. When I turn that up, it literally just makes the signals like balloons. Even when I zoom back out, it doesn't look. That looks awful. So that's what I mean. Please, just better signal visibility. I have it about 150, just so I can. Oh, I don't. I have it about 130, just so I can see what's happening in the distance. But yeah, it's not fantastic. Apparently, we're not due off here. Oh, Kato, it's 21:59. We're due off here, so another 7 minutes yet. Trying to remember how to get out the train. Oh, there it is. The free key. But yeah, this is a impressive looking station. I like this station a lot. It's going to be a beast when you can actually drive. With the full route that's coming with this, I believe, is it 500 kilometres or something? So that's quite a decent thing. Apparently my stream might be dropping frames. So let's try and just fix that. I'll lower the... Is it still dropping frames, I wonder? How is the stream looking to you guys? Is it still dropping frames? Yeah, it's dropping quite a lot of frames. I know Tom's been having his go off all the time, hasn't he? So Christ knows what's going on with that. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll just try and restart it quickly.
Have you changed server, Mark?
I'm in D3, I think, now. Right, is that any better, guys, on the streaming front? I'm in D3, I think, now.
Okay.
Just trying to do something, but it's just chaos at the minute.
No.
See if it does it again when if you notice, it's when I start coming out here and look at the weird texture bugs that's going on. That's the sort of thing you don't really expect in a game that's due out next month, isn't it, really? But yeah, let's see what it's like when it comes out. Obviously, at the minute it's free. Hopefully the stream's looking okay. I don't know what the quality's like. The quality might have dipped a bit. Okay. Well, we're due off here in 4 minutes. I'm just going to grab a beer whilst it's sat doing that. Alright, let's see if that's any better. Ooh. Bit of an overflow. Oh, you can walk through the underpasses, can you? I haven't tried that. Let's have a look quickly before we go. Very TSW-esque. It's very sort of quiet at the minute, like TSW. It's like, obviously there's no people at the minute down here. There's people around on the stations. They're just as sort of lifeless as, in fact, they're probably even more lifeless than the CSW ones. I also noticed they're wearing actual clothes. Well, but of course they're wearing actual clothes. We know I'm in branded clothing bench. Oh, we've got a train coming in. It seems very quiet. There's no ambient sounds. Even there is a setting for ambient sounds, so I assume that it's going to be coming. But yeah, there's a lot of flickering textures and stuff here at the minute. There's other little things like the sound like fades on different trains at different distances. Like this one, you can hardly hear it until it gets right up to you. But I mean, in terms of overall looks, and look at the detail inside the damn thing, it's absolutely beautiful. I think anyway. It looks absolutely brilliant, and I'm hoping this can be the start of the sort of things like. Oh, that's a bit weird and buggy in there, isn't it? The mirrors and stuff are bugged out. They've messed something up, I think, with one of these updates. We get in there. Oh, screw coupler. No, I don't want to mess with that. I think they screwed something up with one of these updates because those mirrors, I'm sure, were working the other day. But the overall cabins and everything, it's something I've wanted to do for years. Is have one of my mates driving, and I can be a passenger. And I'm hoping that's something that we can do at some point in the future. Just actually be a driver. We can actually go in the passenger cabin of this train that we're driving. You can go in here. It's not quite the same as TSW, you don't have the same sort of freedoms. You can wander about, but you sort of get to here and it sort of basically plays an animation for you to get out. And it's a bit glitchy. These trains are cool, like got wing mirrors on them. That's the actual reflection as well, which is cool. But yeah, it's got a lot of potential as this software. So I'll just catch up with chat. I don't want naked gen, not today, mate. When I get a chance to watch trains coming into platforms, yeah, I've seen people walking into train doors and stuff. Is a bit weird. Yeah, like I say, it's got a lot of potential, but let's see what happens with it at the end of the day. Yeah, shiny artifacts, edge of windows in cab. One of the annoying things for me is just the way they're still skipping frames apparently, according to this. I don't know if you guys are seeing skipped frames, but apparently it's skipping frames still. But it's like the sun reflection is still there. You can see it there, just a bit of it there. Look, the sun reflection is there. The sun's not up, it's gone. So why is the sun reflecting off something? A little bit strange. I mean, stuff like that is cool. It's a bit low res, but like, I should be able to see that on the side of the train and stuff. And you got to cut these guys some slack as well. I think it is a playtest at the end of the day. Until the full thing's released and we've all paid however much it's going to be to pay for it, really it's unfair to critique it, I think. I'm going to critique the fact that we're stood here when we should have gone. That's never a good sign. There is trains moving, which I don't mind so much. Tom is a dispatcher 50 kilometres away from here. Let's see if eventually we do get the signal from here. Have a little wander about until we do. I mean, there's been a signal set there. Actually, this is just a port signal to the main one, isn't it? But yeah, let's see if we do actually get the road, because it's very frustrating not getting the road. Apparently, Josh, we are going to get our own servers eventually. I think it was either Woodman or Artful. One of them said that you're going to get. They have said they're going to do private servers eventually. So that's going to be very much a requirement to actually do it properly. Emerald, Crypto Emerald actually says the Portuguese server says it's cleared up. So let's go back to the Portuguese server. Since there's not really anything happening here, we're driving. We're not getting any signal. We're just sort of sat watching. Let's go back and have a look at dispatch side of things again and see if it's working properly now to the point where we get trains in both directions. I'll tell Tom in a sec. It's as unpredictable as I was expecting it to be. I was hoping we were going to get the luck of the draw with this and actually have a very easy run with it, but unfortunately it seems not. Let me tell Tom. Tom?
Hello?
Emerald says that the Portuguese server's cleared up, so I'm going to go to Benson again on that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
My stream's alright now, which is good still.
Yeah, mine's start playing up now.
PT1?
Yeah. Portuguese server,
So your stream's playing up?
Yeah. Kept dropping frames when I was trying to drive.
Yeah, I did an auto optimization of Streamlabs and it seems to have fixed it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Oh, it's just in your settings.
I don't know how to do
it.
I don't know how to do anything with Streamlabs. I just press go and it works. I'm as bad at Streamlabs as you are at driving.
Well.
I mean,
where
we
are you? Am I going back to me?
Yeah, I'm at beds in.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm at beds in. Yeah. Get in your crossing box.
Get in your box.
Get in your box.
Get in your box.
You bastard. That's a bit.
See that, you bastard.
Alright. hope that's the actual. I hope that's Emerald that's there. It is. It is Emerald, yeah. So he's just told me. Emerald's just told me train 141132 has just departed. So let's go back on to the timing screens. Due 1805. It looks like the server hopefully is reset just now. So we're going to get an intercity train through here in a minute, which I've just been advised of. Looks like Tom's back in. Yeah, he is. Woodman, if you're around, then we're back in Portuguese again now, mate. I have a nice clean box. Yeah, the signalling part is pretty epic, Josh. When it works, it is fucking amazing, mate. It seriously is. Like I said earlier before you came in, I think, for me, 21 years, 22 years, all I've wanted to do is just drive with my mates. The fact that we're getting something where we can not only drive with his mates, we can signal with his mates, and we can have a proper sort of server going on, hopefully. And we can drive trains over a 500 kilometre, control trains over a 500 kilometre route. To be honest, that's better than anything I would have ever expected. So, yeah, it's pretty epic. Again, for those that weren't here earlier, what I'm doing with this box is you can see we've just got a train coming in there, 41132, as we explained. He's currently doing 90k. He is an AI, I think. We've only got 2 drivers. We've got Keith in. Hey, Keith. Good to see you on here, mate. So one of the viewers, Keith, is in here. Do you snap attack? He's joined in. I think it's Keith. If I've got your name mixed up there, I'm going by me. Sorry, mate. So yeah, I pressed that button there. S button. I've changed S signal. 41132 is approaching. The limit through here is 100 kilometers an hour, so he's slightly speeding. Although it's an AI, so he should be able to get back down to speed quite easily. And we're going through on the main, which is track 2, and that is that one there on this platform. I don't think this train's stopping, so we need to already then set E2 signal to clear. But we'll try in a minute anyway. Please work. Why is that not working? There's always something. Try playing with a point work and see if that fixes it. No, apparently not. That one's worked. So why is that not working? Oh, now it has worked. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, there it is. So that's another low called. And that'll continue down towards Tom. And that is train, what number was that? 41132. I need to ring Tom. So I can actually use this phone in the game. This is the thing that I found really cool when I first played it. I can actually use this phone in the game to ring Tom. So I press that. And I press that. And it's actually ringing Tom.
Hello?
Hello, Debro Control.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Alright, dickhead, shut up. This is Bedzin. We've got
Hello,
train
Benson.
train 41132 has just passed me. He's en route to you.
You just popped up onto my box now.
Right, roger that. See you later.
Cheers, thanks, bye.
I'll just cut him off. Get off my line. But that's one of the cool things that I think is really awesome. When I have no idea on the actual wording you're supposed to use, so you can shoot me down all you want. But that is epic to me. That is exactly what I've wanted all these years. Is that sort of thing. So, hey, Adam, good to see you, mate. How are you? But yeah, to actually have this available to us, and after all those years of DTG promising with the first TSW video that they ever did, oh, we're gonna have multiplayer. Oh, we're gonna have an editor. 5 years later, we've got now. You know, we've got square root of NAF4. I actually really like TSW, I do, but this for me is a game changer, actually having proper multiplayer. And let's say I wanted to do something ad hoc here. Oh, cheers, Emerald. I assume you must be in the chat, mate. Are you in the chat? On the stream? But yeah, it's awesome because if we wanted to, me and Emerald were actually doing it this morning. We considered doing single track running between here and Dubrowa because there was a problem with the routing. And if we wanted to do single track running, there is an operation we actually have to do it involving these buttons here, and then Tom on his panel with the corresponding buttons to actually change that arrow. Why am I pointing at my screen? The white arrow there to point back towards Tom or vice versa, and you actually have to communicate that. If somebody came in this way then and said, oh, sorry, I've just thrown up, can you give me 20 minutes, I need to go in loop? Yeah, I can put you in the loop, that's not a problem. It's really cool like that. It's not actually, you know, it's not locked into anything. You can do what you want to do with it, essentially. And all these buttons work. You know, every button in here works as far as I know. So yeah, it's pretty cool what you can do. It's very powerful. Proper guard conductors. Now, I did see somebody mention conductors, actually. I'm sure I saw one of the developers actually mention it. Sadly, I have to play remote control guard and driver hybrid. What do you mean, Woodman? Yeah. TSW would be game changing if you could do multiplayer, but do we really think DTG would do all this with boxes and stuff? I don't know. I feel like we wouldn't. I'd love to see it, but I don't know. At this point, I'd just love to see any multiplayer in TSW, but let's see. Yeah, Woodman, like you say, having to communicate everything with single track running is actually really cool to do. Just going to ask Sosniak how we're looking for trains. I might go to Latzi soon, just because I want to try and keep a bit more going. And that's another one of these sort of old style box. So the game does have, the simulator does have, when it comes out, he's got a train in 2 minutes over there, which is good. Don't know why my chat window didn't work then. And I've completely lost my train of Game of Thought there, Train of Thought, Game of Thrones, here we go. When this comes out, we're going to have electrical boxes like the one Tom saw. Sort of old style electrical ones, like an NX panel style, which is what this is. And then you're also going to have mechanical little lever pulls, not like the huge levers, I don't think there's that, but there's like the lever pull ones, the small electrical lever ones. So that's looking something again I'm really looking forward to. And obviously when they did the original prologue, you'd had like collieries and stuff. That's going to be epic to actually run the full colliery. It's going to be pretty epic to do, isn't it? Oh, nice one, Woodman. Where is it you work for that? That sort of thing, if you don't mind asking. Sounds interesting. But yeah. Oh, so you can see now there's a green signal there. I'm not controlling that signal, but you can see there's a green there because Emerald at Sosniak has actually routed the train out of the signal section at his station, which is, how far is it? 3.9 kilometres away, and he's routed a train through to me, and we'll see that hopefully soon. And once he actually comes through onto here, it won't take him long to get here. We'll probably move boxes when that one's gone, just to keep it interesting, because it's obviously not much going on at the minute. Oh, Woody, bloody hell, it's too many different names, mate. Oh, sorry, Woody, I had no idea it were you. Oh, fair enough, mate. Good to see you. I'm used to seeing you with your DPSO name. Train 6084. Oh, Christ, I can't speak. Train 40684 departed 1811. All I'm going to say is that is copy. Copy. So I'm going to give that a couple of seconds and then I will set that signal there, because you don't actually have long between them coming into that block and actually getting here. As I say, it's only 3.9k, which is, what is it, about 2.5 to 3 miles? Just over 3 miles maybe. And you can already see that green light's extinguished and he's actually coming now into our section. So at that point, I'm going to click the button. You can see that the signal has changed, the white line for the routing has gone on. If I wanted to cancel that route, I would right click that. You can see it's got a little tag on it as well. If I wanted to cancel that, that's what I would do. I would right click on that. Obviously I don't because it'd throw a signal in front of him, but that's how you would do it. Now 4684, is he stopping here? Again, type the number in the computer. Layover 1 minute. So he's stopping here. Now what they do a lot on the Polish railways is they actually bring him in. Oh, for God's sake. Hello, De Broer.
Hello, the Broer here. Train 40135 just left my platform heading towards you. Just to make you aware. I've also got 2 more trains and a freight. Over.
Roger that. So 4135 is on its way.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, 4135, correct.
Copy that,
I'm
right?
also
Okay.
going to have 4133 behind that, and then you're going to have 242233 after that. Over.
Roger that. If you have something coming behind 242, make sure you let me know straight away, please, because I need to obviously loop that if it's got something behind it.
Yeah, Roger. I think is it. Hang on. 242, and then yeah. So freight's first. So freight's next.
So the freight's
And then
next,
it's
is
the
it?
passenger after. Yeah, apparently. That's what it's showing up as. Yeah, I'm just about to send it through. I'll give you a call back in a second.
4135 is a passenger train.
Hey?
4135 is a passenger train.
Yeah, that's already come through. That's now heading towards you.
Typically you to make it muddy. I've got no bloody. I ain't got any earthly idea what's going on now, mate. I just know there's 3 trains coming. I don't know what order they're coming in. Oh, so we'll just take a lucky. We'll take a lucky draw for what turns up, shall we?
No, 4135 now, and then it's the freight, and then it's the other passenger after.
Love a good whistler. Right, okay.
So
So it's the freight in the middle, yeah? Freight's in the middle.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna loop the freight then. Okay. Roger that. See you later. Oh, you got 4684 will be leaving me in a second, by the way.
My lords, thank you.
Right, okay. See you later.
Cheers. Over out.
Me and him are never running a real signal box, let's be clear. So because that train has now stopped, if it ever lets me set the signal again, for some reason it's making me set the D first before E, but because he's now booked time, he's done his stop, I can let him go again. That's what they do in Poland. They seem to bring him in on a red and then they'll change to they call it departure signal before they leave. YouTube went through a brand change. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. DTG haven't got a leg to stand on at this point. I mean, they made the biggest mistake they made was originally announcing all this stuff, because that's when obviously Colonel Failure came in, didn't he, Sam? And was like they had to spend basically 6 months coming down from the ledge that they put themselves on, saying that they were going to do editors and multiplayer. That ruined it for everybody because it's making false promises. It's like if I came on here tonight and said, right guys, JT, we're going to Bedford next month, and then came back 2 weeks later and said, no, we're not. It's a bit like when we tried to do Highland Mainline. That was a big disappointment because we cancelled it. So when you cancel something that you've promised you're going to do, it's always going to go down bad. People still are disappointed about Highland Mainline, for instance. So you can imagine when you say to somebody, and I was one of the people that got excited about it. When Matt Pedalston did that video, we're doing multiplayer, we're doing an editor. I was like, fuck, that's beast. Because you see the graphics when they first showed at the time, when they first showed. Thanks, Tom. When they first showed. I'm still going to loop him so I can show you getting looped. When they first showed Clinchfield, what was it called? The American route that they first did with TSW. When they first showed that, everyone was like, wow, that looks amazing. And then they were like, oh, and there's multiplayer coming. It's like, it was epic. And then it's like, a year went by and we were all like, so where's multiplayer? And then it got to another few months, it was like, oh, it's not coming. And at that point, everyone was massively disappointed. Obviously, if they'd not said that multiplayer wasn't coming, it wouldn't have been such an issue, would it, really? This is not how you operate the points, by the way. So you can see what I did there is I clicked that one first. That routed the yellow markers down to that line. We've got that one set for straight. We want to route this one because at the moment that would go down there, then along that one onto track 2. We want to send the light engine onto track 4, which is this one. So we want to pull across that one with the right mouse button. goes off, then it comes back on with the yellow lines there. We should now be able to change that signal, route it to signal K4, and it's going to come into the loop, and we'll actually see that coming in a second. There's no other drivers in here at the minute, which is quite good, to be honest, because as much as I do love the multiplayer aspect at the minute, because it's not a private service, it's a little bit chaotic with that sort of thing. Let's just have a look at here, check the chat. Soldier Summit, was that the first? Touch on UK, comment UK, have a UK stock. I think that TSW kind of scratches that content itch, but yeah, that's what I mean. Running proper stuff would absolutely be beast. This is going to be game changing, really. If this does branch out to UK, I kind of worry a little bit for DCG, because if this has editor, which it does, we don't know how good it's going to be, but it's going to have editor. And if this actually gets a proper community behind it, and it never did British content, even if it was just one piece of content, others would follow, because naturally people make content. Yeah, I worry a little bit for DTG, because obviously, and indirectly for ourselves, to be honest. I thought he said that were. Did he not say that were bloody light engine? Right, I'm gonna get on the blower. Get on this phone, you ginger bastard. Ring him up.
Hello?
Oh, you ginger bastard. I've got a bloody unit here. I thought you told me it were a light engine.
No, the unit, and then there was a light engine, and another unit.
Well, I've put the bloody unit to the goods loop.
Brilliant. I did say, no, you said this, it's the freight in the middle. I said, yeah, even though it weren't really pulling it.
Have I imagined a oh, go away. Get off my phone. Get off my phone. Get off the phone.
You rang me, bye.
Apparently it's my fault. Maybe it is my fault. I think it is probably my fault, to be fair. Fucking chaos. That's the chaos that 2 people can cause, let alone 20. So yeah, what I've done there, luckily it's an AI. That should have been in platform dropping passengers off, but I ain't now. Now if that was a real person, what I would actually do with it is I would bring it back into the station in reverse. But I can't, so I won't. So Tom said the one in the middle is the light engine. Should we send that in the goods loop as well? I think we've got a Pendo behind that. Right. There we go. So we're going to put the light engine that's in the middle into there. So that'll come into the second loop. I mean, this does it does a good job of showing off the flexibility, I guess. Yeah, artful. It completely confused me, mate, because he said that we had an empty stock. He said we had a freight. He said we had a light engine, and then he said it was in the middle. And at that point, I've forgotten all about whatever that was, 4135. I've forgotten all about that in the meantime because he's confused me so much, telling me about bloody light engines, rolling stocks, freight trains, and all sorts. Yeah, DCG's hold on US content isn't very broad, is it really? Yeah, it's a very fragile line, really, because these guys at Playway clearly have shown before they've even got the game released that they've got potential, big potential. So, let's see where it goes. I mean, this is a massively positive start, isn't it, really? You can see already, even though this is a playtest, if we'd have had a TSW playtest like this 7 years ago or 5 years ago, we'd have all been blown away by it and be thinking this is brilliant. So, yeah, so long as they keep up the momentum, which I have a feeling they will do because they seem like, decent developers at this stage, then, yeah, I'm hopeful we can see something pretty special from it. So we've got a Pendo to come through next, so I'm just going to set him straight through. I'm going to tell the next box down, which is Sosniak, I'm going to say, you've got all these commands that you can actually do. And these work if it's AI as well. Some of them don't make much sense, like what drove away. I have no idea what drove away. And then one's just in Polish at the bottom, which I don't know what that is either. So I'm going to put train departed, and it's 1433, and I'm just going to send that to him. And he will get 1433 through about 5 minutes after it passes me. Once this one's gone through and we've cleared my mess down there, might look at actually going somewhere else. Let's have a look at this Pendo up close though, because we've not seen a Pendo, have we? So, not up close anyway, so let's go and have a look at it. Don't do this in real life, kids. Just look at how the light's hitting that though. You can turn all these hoods off as well, by the way. The lighting just hits everything really, really nicely. It needs some polish, but then what doesn't? Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to TD2. Yeah, I guess a lot of it's exactly the same almost. 4.25 hours end to end. Is that on an express or is that on the stoppers and stuff don't go the whole way through like the units, do they? It's like the local hauls and the pendos that go through, isn't it? Some polish. I wasn't quite bad enough to make that joke, Woody, but clearly you were, mate. So fair play to you. Yeah, 4.25 hours though. That's going to be pretty epic to go all that way. Hello to anyone else in the chat, by the way, that's got the playtest. If you've got the playtest and you're not already trying to come in this server, we're in the Portuguese server. So please do come in and have a drive around if you want. And, well, I say wave at the camera. A wave function would be quite good actually. Just give us some tones or something. We need some tones. We ain't got any. Where's Francis? Alright, so we need to change the points to get this train out here now. So we want to change that bottom one and that top one. No, we don't want to change the top one. He can shove that phone receiver up his ass if he carries on. Hello?
Hello, have you finished messing about yet?
Well, nearly. I was halfway through setting it up until you ran me up.
Oh, sorry. I'm just wondering, have you got a freight held at your end coming my way?
No. How can I have a freight held at my way coming your way?
No, it just says on here.
Well, I've got my loops full of shit that you sent me.
Here we go. Matt from VP's here waiting for the fallout on argument, so it's already occurring.
It occurred before we started.
There was one coming my way from you because it does say there's a cargo, but if you haven't, then no.
No, I'm going to ask. I know Emerald's at Sosniak, so I'm just going to send him a message in a minute to see how we're looking down there in terms of trains because it seems pretty quiet. Not dead.
It's quiet at my end as well. There's nothing coming my way. I've got the one that you last sent to me. It's due out in any second. It's going now. The cert unit. It's just starting. But yeah, no, I'll let you go and do what you're doing, and I'll wait back at some point when you've figured out what you're doing. Bye.
Yeah, all right. Sod off then. But yeah, I do love that. We are like a married couple. We've known each other a long time, so we are sort of like that. It's it's all said in good art, to be honest. All right, Woody, mate. Yeah, we'll do. Be good to see you on this with us, mate. Yeah, definitely. But hopefully we're gonna make it a very regular thing. But yeah, cheers for dropping in. I wonder if it's the the electric loco Artful, because that's the one I drove at 125k, and it seems like that would take about 4 hours. Me engineer, hello mate, how are you doing? Yeah, that's. So as I said before we did this, I did say we're going to do it exactly. We're going to do it by the book, and it's going to be exact replication of real life communications, as that was evidence of. Maybe not. Yeah. Don't expect professionalism where me and him are involved, Christ. So I'm trying to set the signal for the light engine to follow. We need to wait for the unit to clear into the next block, and once it clears into the next block, then we can release this light engine from this loop. Just gonna ask Sosnick, anything due soon? Because I've got a feeling this server again is bust. There's nobody at Latzi, so we're probably going to Latzi and have a look at that, so you guys aren't just sat looking at something that's the same stuff with me. If he's got a freight due, have a look. Hey up Nick, how you doing mate? Have you got this playtest or not? Good on you Josh mate. Yeah. Get a key requested for the playtest, if nothing else Josh. Get on the Steam store page for it. Pendo in 3 minutes. So we've sent 3 through there. There is a Pendo during 3 minutes, but I'm going to move to Latzi box, I think. So you guys get to see something a little bit different. I don't know whether to do that or do some driving. Should we do some driving for a bit? Because we haven't really driven, have we? And it's been chaos when we have tried to drive, so let's see if we can have a drive quickly. Multiplayer. Were we in the Portuguese? We were in the Portuguese server, weren't we? Portuguese. Brazilian server, I think it must be, because it's South America, so. Let's try this. It says an hour and 22 left of its journey, which should take us nicely up towards the end of the stream. Yeah, that's it, Artful. At the moment, mate, it just takes one person to cock this up, and it goes out the window. It's very, very fragile, which is a shame. And we're arriving at Zawitz. And that's near the end of its run, isn't it? Just gonna have a look at Google Maps, because there's no map. That's one other thing as well. There's no map at the minute. They are adding one in, but at the moment there's no map. Yeah, we've already passed the main action. So what happens is you go away from the town and city, and then you go into basically into the sticks, into some forests, some farm fields and stuff, and it gets to a high-speed line, which I think has a limit of 200 kph on it, if you're in the Pendo. And that is quite thrash. I want to show you the PO7 really, or the EU07, because those are really fun to drive. They take a lot of getting used to, but they're really fun when you do get used to them. Let's have a look what we've got. They all seem to have like the same amount of time remaining. Try that one. See if that's any further along. But yeah, a dispatcher with no idea or driver or whatever, it's a bit of chaos. You need to see the in-game time and the time along the route, and it should tell you how long the route is. Route has run up to when you take it over. Yeah, I'm a little bit puzzled with it. Where are we now? Oh, we're going the other way. This is alright, we're going towards the action then. So we're going towards Tom, I think, now. That should hopefully be coming down. 82k, which is quite a long way. Yeah, it's coming down. Sorted. Yes. Alright. Just going to test some volume. I just turned the stream off. I just pressed the wrong button, I managed to turn it. What am I doing? Hello, testing. Just see how the volume is compared to when I'm talking there. I do wish it wouldn't do that when you come in. Slam all the brakes on. So we've got to stop in 1.6k at Wolska, Polnock. So we need to get the train actually slowed down, ready for that, which we're going to do now. You can change your keybinds and stuff, so I've actually changed my keybinds to match TS now pretty much. We'll turn that off because I don't need it. Turn the chat window off as well. Somebody tell Tom that I'm driving. I've slowed that down a bit much, to be honest. Bear in mind I don't sound this traction either. I'll talk you through the tap changer in it as we depart this station. Not sure how we're doing time wise. We're not actually due off here till 18:52. That's 19 bloody minutes. The hell am I going to do for 19 minutes? Yeah, we can have a good talk about the engine, I suppose, as I come in here at walking pace. I'm nursing this bottle of beer, aren't I? Just I want to go through half of it. Something's going to overtake us here. On the main there's a green, so something will overtake, probably a Pendo, because the only things that seem to run on here are the Polish versions of the Pendos and the local walls that we see here. I've yet to see any freight going up here, whether there is in the full timetable, you know, when it releases. I'm not sure. So when it says you can stop now, that means that your back of your train's in the platform. It doesn't mean that you have to stop right there. Well, it probably would have been advisable. Well, apparently we've got 18 minutes here, so we can have a little look around. And we do have a Pendo literally right behind us. But look at that is beautiful. To me, that's better than TSW. The way the light is bouncing off the front of the train. Meanwhile, we're about to have a 100. We'll have a good little wander around here and have a little look at the train and everything. Got a Pendo going the other way. These boxes on this line, they seem to have a load of action all at once. You get 4 trains in 10 minutes and then you get nothing for about 35 minutes. Unfortunately, this engine, a bit like TSW, does seem to have the same issue where the sun will only show, you know, a few hundred meters away. The shadows will suddenly appear when you get to there. They won't appear half a mile away. But yeah, let's just explore some of the lighting and stuff, because the way it's glinting off the front is, oh, nice, so nice. Textures again are a little bit low res, but horns are generic at the moment. Notice same two horns on every unit. Yeah. You can go. Yeah, I think you can you actually go in the signal boxes whilst you drive? To have a look. This is a signal box here, I think. You can tell because it's 3D interior, if it is. Or is the signal box down there? Again, there's glitchy textures, look, on the windows. That might be the box, I think. No. I'm not due off for 16 minutes anyway, so we can have a good run about. Right, lads. Alas. Yeah, the OHLA and stuff looks nice, doesn't it? And then how the light's shining through the trees, it's very, very pretty. There's some telegraph pole there, some electricity pylons and stuff. The foliage as well, I think I've seen it get some hate, but I quite like it. The way it casts all the colours and everything. And the rusty track and stuff. I mean, I'm hoping that like when multiplayer comes out, that you can actually stop. I'm too far from the vehicle. Is that because I'm going to get thrown back? Yeah, it's not going to let me. Damn it! Oh well. Why have I got? Oh, this is another bug. So we got rain on the window, but it's not actually raining. I don't know if it actually makes any difference anyway. So again, that's yet another little bug that we found there, which I'm sure that'll get cleared up because it's nothing really. But whilst the texturing has a little bit low res, the actual detail on it, especially when you look at it from a normal distance, not with your face gawping on it like that, it looks really pretty again, I think. Hello Josh, how you doing mate? Yeah, it does have some way to go, I agree. It looks nice, but it's got some way to go. There's a lot of bugs. I mean, obviously, we've got to remember though, it's not out yet, so until it's out, we don't know what it's actually going to be. This is a playtest, which obviously they didn't have to do, but it's stuff like that, which is very basic to sort, I'm sure. The proof in the pudding will be if that's fixed at release. If that's fixed at release, then that's a good sign. If it's not, then that's already a slippery slope when you're not seeing stuff getting fixed before release. But I mean, where's the other thing as well? I suppose is where is the sun? Because I'm supposed to be looking directly at it, but I can't actually see it. So that's actually quite a weird thing. The clouds. I don't know where I stand on the clouds. I do like them, but at the same time I don't. They're very fast moving. Oh, they're alright. But well, seeing as though that's buggered, we'll have to go find something else, I suppose, because that's just knackered, isn't it? View from the cab whilst driving looks good. Just the track loading ahead. Yeah, the track loading ahead, it does seem to load really sort of close in, doesn't it? We're on the Portuguese server, Josh, I believe. Tom's controlling a little crossing box, or he was. And I'm trying to find a train to drive. Because I kind of broke that one. This is a freight one. This has actually got a decent time to run on it, so let's have a look at this. See what we can garner from it. Steering wheel loco, yeah. Alright, Joshers, calm down, lads. Calm down. Oh, sat here holding my beer bottle looking at it on screen. Oh, it looks like we're just spawning into the bottom of the route here because there's no scenery. Oh, has it done that stupid thing where you get no foliage? This is another one of the many bugs. I have no idea if this is because we're loading into an area of the line that's got nothing on it, or if there's something actually missing here. Might be that we're on a section where there's nothing showing. Yeah, the LOD on the track, you can actually see it moving along. You can see the sleepers moving as you're going along, which doesn't give you the best look, does it? But I mean, if I'm assuming that the foliage hasn't loaded in here, which is again another bug that there really shouldn't be. But again, it'll obviously get fixed, I would have thought. Yeah, there should be scenery here. Time to back out again. Spend more time going into the menu than actually driving. So we actually have to restart the game when that happens. And it's stuff like this that the playtest is a brave thing to do, because stuff like that will put people off. One of my mates was playing it earlier this afternoon, And he nearly got put off completely by it because it just kept crashing all the time. In terms of like you get into a server and it'd be like, sorry, server's not working, or you'd end up in a queue of trains, or you'd end up at a red signal. And occasionally you'll actually get an hour where you drive and it's really fun. But you'll find that all too often you're doing sections where it's just, you start trying to load a server or something. Yeah, I'm trying to get back in that freight now, mate. Which freight was it? Because it's going to go through Sosniak in a minute where you are. I think it was that. Wasn't that, was it? No. Unfortunately, the foliage was doing that. There's a bug where the foliage doesn't load. $644. It was that one. Okay, let's try and get back on that then. I bet it's already gone past the box now. So Emerald's actually at the box down where that train pretty much is. Well, the playtest is for that, but a lot of people will download this and not have the patience. They'll be wanting to have a look at it, and they'll be like, "Oh, we've already passed Sosniak." It's a shame. That's a shame. I've got a Reading. 600 meters. Better slow down. So the thing with these freights as well is they can be a bit of a handful. Getting the brakes off and everything is a real challenge. Got a green. Tommy's at Stebro. We've actually got a few people in here now. Look, we've got Alex, Keith's in here, Minnie and Josh is in here. Look, he's a dispatcher at Latsy. I've not actually driven. I've only driven one freight, so. Oh, I've opened the main switch. You absolute Burke. I was trying to press the chat window. Oh, bollocks. Okay. Right, we've got some action here now. We can actually have. Hello, Weather Studio. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So with these locos, this is an EU07. These are a real challenge to drive. You've got this in the middle, which is basically a tap changer. You can see the amps rising up there on the right-hand amp meter. That gets to 600, you overload it, and you have to reset all the pins that are just there, the switches. Now you want to get to throttle position 28 as quickly as you can without overloading it, because you're burning the resistors up basically before you get to 28. Whilst you're below 28 you're burning the resistors, but you need to get to 28 as quickly as you can. Once you're there, both traction motors I think it is then click, start taking over, and you'll see the second of those gauges actually rise up, and you'll actually get more power then as well. So you're carefully watching that, and as I go to notch 29, watch that left hand amp meter there. There you go. So now we're just over half powered. We continue to notch up the tap changer, the drive handle. Again, just watching out for those amp meters not to go over 600. We're just gradually notching up until we get to that point where we're able to get to full power, which is now. So that's full power at the moment. What we also have is this shunt regulator here. Now don't be fooled by the name, because I was fooled by that for ages. The name shunt regulator, I was like, well, surely that's used for shunting, but no, it's actually used to give you extra power. So I can use all 6 positions of that to give me extra power, because you can already see we're not gaining much speed and the amps are down to 300. So we need to get more, so we can put the shunt regulator on, and you can see the amps rising up again. Again, you can hear the traction motors whining. It gives us more power. Now we're going to be booked in the loop at Bedzin here, by the looks. for 15 minutes it says, but we're going to be there a bit longer. So we're going to have to get this slowed back down once again. But again, I really love the lighting in the cab. I mean, especially when you turn like all your hoods off and stuff. You can turn all these hoods off and you get the sort of just natural experience, and it looks absolutely epic. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough to drive out the hood yet, so let's not pretend that I am. I don't need F1 because that's just telling me what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. There's no manual dispatcher at Bedston. Tom's down the line at De Brouwer. Hello, Intercity 125. TSC is looking good tonight, isn't it, mate? Oh shit, oh shit. Oh no, have I dropped that? Well, I think I got away with it. I thought I'd dropped that then. Too busy reading chat. I've slowed this down way too much. Sorry, I'm old if you've got a train sat behind me, mate. Yeah, it's going to be full multiplayer Weather Studio, so yeah, it's going to be fantastic to have. We've not only got players that are drivers that are multiplayer, it's actually dispatchers as well. So you've got a bit of everything. So it's going to be pretty epic once it's out. It's not the first ever proper train simulator ever to have multiplayer, but it's the first one that is really worth talking about. Trains had it, has had it for years, but it's, for starters, it was unreliable, even more unreliable than this when I played it. And it's trains, so it's ultimately it's just crap because you've got the same cab and same towns that they've been using since 2000. So it's just not worth bothering about, really, unfortunately. This has got a lot more potential. I wonder if I've got some brakes dragging here a bit. I need to go to the fill position with the brakes. Because we seem to be slowing down an awful lot here. There's no free roam camera either at the minute. You can't do like 8 cam like in TSC. You're kind of restricted to this one. Again, textures aren't the best, but the actual lighting is banging. It's mint. That buzzing is basically the AWS, the Polish version. Is it LZV or something? I love the graffiti on that building as well. It's another detail that you don't see in like TS really and stuff like that. You see the odd bit, but that's how eye adaptation should be as well. The sounds are a little bit weird though because you kind of hear the outside sound, the inside sounds outside. And I don't think that'll get fixed before release. That's a bit of a shame. So if you're on the outside view of your train whilst you're driving it, you kind of hear what's going on inside rather than what's going on outside. Dawdling here. You got to take it steady with notch 1 just to notch it in. Don't forget that like button, you listens. I'm not bad, thank you, mate. As I said at the start of the stream, it's my first stream, and it's been chaotic to say the least. We started the first 5 minutes, I was sat here talking with my camera on, but the mic muted. Chaos. Tom's actually on Twitch, and he's streaming at the next signal box. So the next signal box we pass after this, ironically, that's the one we were in earlier, by the way. The next signal box we pass after this is the one that Tom's in. I do think we've got some brakes dragging here. Our signal is that little dwarf one there as well. So you can actually get up and have a little walk around and stuff in your cab. You can open doors, much like TSW. It's a little bit buggy, and you got these weird sort of animations. I think TSW does that better. I do like how you can see your shadow. Maybe a big head on this person. Should we have a look at some of the detail between Loco and Morgans? At the moment you can't actually couple stuff up. I'm guessing that's intentional because imagine the chaos that would ensue if people could couple the trains and uncouple the trains. There's a bug there that we're stuck inside. Well, basically we're stuck to the train now. So we couldn't actually get off it. Yeah, so what this is essentially a Class 83. It's very similar to an 83. It's based off it in some regards. There'll be somebody in the chat no doubt that knows more about it than me. But they're based off an 83. Cheers, Hamster Cheeks. I'm trying to be patient. As we'll get more playing with TSW one day, who knows? They've not talked about it for a while. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure, but yeah. What time was it here? Oh, I'm not sitting here for 30 minutes with you guys just sat watching me sat at a signal. But yeah, it's got 43 fault positions, which I guess is the same as probably the same as an 86, I guess, roughly. When you think of all the times your tap changer goes up, if you actually saw it in notch numbers, it must be around the same. What server were they? Was in Portugal, wasn't it? Portuguese. I think everyone's took the best places, haven't they? Let's have a look at driving again and see if there's anything better. I'm trying to remember what train it was we were driving before. I'm going to ask Tom a question. Tom?
Hello?
What can you type 42136 in on your screen, please, and tell me where it's going and what time it's due?
Yeah, hang on. Number again, please.
42136.
42136.
Yeah.
It's not showing.
Must not be going through there then. What about 41134?
41134. That's passing here at 1910.
So that's a few minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, beds in going through to the Broa Gulnick. Yeah, it's going my way.
It's going towards Bedsin.
No, away from Bedsin, so it's going past me from Bedsin, going to the right of me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fair enough. It's going to be going the other way. It's what I want to go, really, but... Oh, it's going towards... It's coming into where Emerald is, actually. We're literally coming to where Emerald is right now.
Oh.
Oh, okay, I'll turn you off again. So
No,
we're going to actually drive past that freight we were driving, guys. We're actually on a...
Mute your map, mate.
Yeah, fuck off, shit twat. We're actually on a passenger train now. So yeah, we're on an EP07, which is, I think it must be similar to an EU07. I don't know what the difference is. But yeah, we're on a local passenger train now. Give some tones to Emerald, who's in the box here. Probably ought to consider braking. Hello. That's the thing I love though, is that you can go on this with your mates and there can be in a signal box like that there and you can be like toning and everything and he can hear that They can hear that just as much as you can. It's brilliant. You'll see if you have Tom's stream on, you have my stream on. When we go past Tom in about 14 minutes time, I'll give Tom some tones and I'll give him V's as well. But he won't see the V's unless he's watching the webcam, but we'll give him some tones nonetheless. And he'll actually get them on his stream as well. It's as multiplayer as multiplayer can be. So where'd you off here? It's 19:01, we've got 3 minutes here. We've got time to have a little look, haven't we? This is a cool station to signal. It's just a very difficult one because there's like a triangle junction coming in. I'll try and catch up with some of the chat. Yeah, screw and link coupling does look good, doesn't it? Routes. So this route, it's going to be a 500-kilometre route in Poland, and I've got no idea what the name of the place is that it starts in. I know it ends in Warsaw, but the place that it starts is somewhere I do not know. But it's 500 kilometres along, and Art4, I think it was in the chat earlier, was saying that it takes 4.25 hours to do a trip on, which is just, crazy. And it's not like some American routes on TSC where it's like, yeah, it takes 4.75 hours, or West Island where you want to go 100 miles. Yeah, it's a long distance route. Obviously some stuff like that unit there, well, that doesn't go the full length by any means, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The doors and stuff do open and the people do get on, but this again seems a little bit iffy. You can't open the doors on these either to get in. It's a buffet car, though. Oh, they've got little lamps on the table, that's cool. Yeah, I do really like this. I can see me, I've already spent 28 hours since the playtest came out, I think it was on Wednesday, on it. So we don't stop at Bedzin, next stop is where Tom is. We leave in just over 2 minutes. Catch up again with the chat. I agree, the lighting does look really good with a studio. Wonder if they'll make any UK content into City. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, if they find a developer to do it. Probably we're skipping some frames again. If they find a developer to do it, but it's finding a developer to do it, isn't it, at the end of the day? Right, hopefully that's going to work a bit better for you. Graphics do look good, I agree. Hello Etsy, greetings to Poland. Hope you're doing well over there, mate. Again, apologies for not keeping up with chat, it's difficult with me trying to drive and not having 2 monitors. Yes, that is an excuse as to why it's difficult. So as I said before, get up to notch 28 as quickly as you can. Now remember, we're in a passenger train, it's going to be a lot quicker to get up to 28. Don't go over 600 amps, because if you go over 600 amps, you're going to get an overload, which you can reset quite easily. But you don't want to do it all the same. Apparently I haven't stopped at the station. Well, that's a bastard. How did I not stop at the station? I stopped literally in the platform. I wonder if the Viera train wasn't in the platform. Use the brake releaser because the brakes won't come off. I'm just going to carry on. Because we stopped in that station, we had a green tick, so we must have stopped in the station. There is no way we did not stop in the station. Yeah, hopefully we're not dropping frames anymore. Yeah, so there is some stuff that's a bit like the British stuff. The EN76 is a modern EMU, that's a bit more like a British one. But yeah, it is more like your 86 and 86. It's pretty much exactly the same, but better, in my opinion. It's actually better than an 86 or 87 because it keeps you really on your toes. This is a lot easier to overload than an 86 or an 87. and it's also very detailed. I don't know why that's counting down. That's knackered. The stuff that we can do in the cab of this is just crazy. Like, we can put all these lights on. We can do heating. We can actually do the washers. You see the washer? Look, the washer actually works. Look, I've never been so excited over a washer bottle in my life, but we actually have working washers. And obviously we've got full weather systems in this game. When it comes out, as far as I'm aware, there's full weather systems and stuff, so dynamic weather, dynamic lighting, as you can see. You get on this with your mates and have a foggy evening ride or something, it's going to be epic. And watch the bounce over the points. It's a little bit extreme, I reckon, but it's nice nonetheless. Better than just being dead flat. But this game really, to me, looks its best in this sort of lighting. Yeah, our trains are very simple to drive really, compared to a lot of other stuff. I've dropped my bitrate a lot now. The bitrate has dropped an absolute ton. So hopefully it's not going to keep going off. I don't know why it's going off, because there's anything else on the internet compared to what there was before. I don't know why it's doing that. It's mad. Hey look, my freight train's here that we dumped here before. Yeah, well, I keep dropping the bitrate, so the quality's going to start getting hit eventually. So we've got a yellow here, we haven't actually got a green. Thanks, Tom, for that. So we can get some power back on again. The thing to remember is to go into notch 1 first and give it a second in notch 1, then power up fully. Then when you get to full power, you hear the traction modes obviously kicking in. That is basically the version of AWS that keeps flashing every 5 seconds, and it's easy to really miss that. Then we can get the shunt regulator in for extra power to get us back to 110, which is where we want to be. Next stop is where Tom is in 4 kilometres. Bitrate's down to 10,000 now. It was at 20,000 because it was at. I don't do streams, do I? So it was at what I have it for videos, which obviously doesn't matter. But I mean, if quality looks alright, I could drop it even further. But I don't know what the quality looks like. But what do you guys think? This looks, to me, this looks better than TSW right now. The dark sky, the way the shadows are coming into the cab, the light, the shafts of light as you're seeing them bounce off there, as you're seeing me speeding, and everything. To me, it looks, the lighting-wise, better than TSW. Graphically, it doesn't really, because I think some of these, if you look at some of these buildings, they're very low detail. But I've spent 28 hours on this in 3 days, which is more than I've actually spent on TSW, probably more or less combined over the time that it's been out. So I think that tells you all you need to know about what I prefer playing. Better get some brakes and we're going to slow down to 100. You know, this is the first time I've noticed that my FPS doesn't seem too clever. It's obviously got something to do with Streamlabs killing everything. Right, I'm gonna just, when I stop here, I'm gonna talk to Tom. Where's this option for sorting out your frames and stuff? 'Cause it's killing me PC.
What do you think? Just I put VSync on to single.
No. Sorting out like why Streamlabs is dropping frames.
Oh, you'd have to stop your stream.
Yeah, I've stopped that about,
And then
but it's
you
not
need to
working
go
anyway.
into your settings, then do an auto optimize, which is on the first screen, like the first window. Stop it.
No. Try it at
My
6,000.
encoder is NVIDIA NVNCH264 new.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
You should, in the general, should be a thing there just to look like.
No, maybe mine's not updated.
Not sure.
Anyway.
Oh, it was Minnie and Josh that's just derailed. He was doing 100 in the 40.
Nice.
Chaos.
Right, I'll try again.
Chaos. All right, mate.
Bye, driver.
Bye, drive.
Right. This is another stop we're going to miss, isn't it, here? Because I've kind of gone straight through the station. I'm trying to lower my bitrate again, guys. It's just not playing ball for me, unfortunately. I've no idea if it's still here, if you're still here, if it's still working. But if your brakes get stuck on like they are for me at the minute, by the way, there's a button here, brake releaser. Press that, and it'll bring your brakes off. You can see the brake gauges in the middle and the left there going down to the marks. But yeah, in terms of what you can play with in here, it's all your usual stuff like your lighter dimming and stuff. But there's all compressors and stuff that actually work as well. And I want to turn the instrument lighting on. Cab lighting. There is cab lighting. Well, there should be cab lighting. There, instrument lighting is what we want. Give me the beans out of here, shall we? Oh, blown it! Right, well if you do what I've just done there, if you overload it, you want to press your open line contactors, unlock traction motor overlay, close main switch, unlock compressors overlay, and basically just press all of these. That should bring it back to you. There we are, we're in notch 29, so we can go back up towards notch 43. Ooh, I nearly blew it again then. Stream's back again. Yeah, that was Tom jumping about, yeah. That was Tom. So Tom's on Twitch. It's the other half of this channel basically. He's on Twitch, and he's streaming on there. I'll drop a link in. So if you want to see the dispatching side of this game, he's actually controlling the signals that we just went through. He's there on Twitch. And if you haven't already, please do hit subscribe. I'm hoping to start doing some more of these sorts of streams if I can actually get it to work properly. Suspension and everything, how it bounces. Maybe a little bit too much for my liking, but it's nice how it does it anyway. Look at the lights, how it goes through the how it goes through the compartments. There's just the shafts of light that you see. So good. And if I wanted to, if I had the full route available, we could drive this all the way to, you know, to Warsaw, literally, when the full game comes out. That's how far you could drive this, which is, you know, hundreds of kilometres. But there's still over 100 kilometres of this one to go if I wanted to do all of it. Mini and derailed. Yeah, I think it will be great. Jiwoo, sorry. Welcome to the stream. And hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I think it'll be a good competitor to TSW. It's got to expand beyond Polish railways, because just being Polish railways will turn a lot of people off, but I'll spend more time on this than TSW. I mean, I'm sure I won't be alone in that. You know, I think there'll be other people that'll spend more time on this than TSW. Partly because it's multiplayer. Yeah, that's a big reason behind it. If this was just single player, I'd probably spend still quite a bit of time on it, but you know, not quite as much. But yeah, I'd say it's a competitor to TSW really. Once it grows, it's got to get noticed though. Which the amount of people, I've had over 6,000 people on it. So oh shit the ah shit me bitches, bollocks. It's okay, that didn't happen. This event there was stopped. So how's your evening going, guys? You enjoying your time on this game? I think it's fantastic. Myself is really enjoying it. You know, it's a very realistic simulator. I mean, you pull up to these red signals, there's not a problem. Not a problem. Don't tell him, don't tell him. Are we still lagging as well? Why is it lagging? Tom was gibbering on about me changing my service and my settings and stuff. I can't change my settings anymore. I'll tell you what we will do. We'll go back to dispatch, because when we were doing dispatch it was working alright, wasn't it really? For the last half hour, 45 minutes, let's go back to dispatching. Portuguese. Lazzi's a good one. Lazzi is a bit similar to Bedzin, but it's got like 5 tracks in front of you, so you got a lot more going on. Imagine a pace. Imagine how British in this game, to be honest, it'd be quite a beast. I'd take anything. Just to be having something British in it would be good. So this is Lazzi box. Now already I've got to get something done here, because we've got 4184 sat there. I know he's going that way. Duh. Have we got any people around here? Shoot the bandit, Matt's 40 kilometres away. Didn't know Matt had come into the server. Minnie and Josh is here if he manages not to like roll over or end up upside down. Conquered shoes on as well. 17k away. And we're now in Lazzi box, which is 15k from Tom, 23k from Emerald. So it's basically further up the line from them two. That's the AI telling me there's trains departing there. Basically telling me to get ready. So all I need to do with that is just press that button, S1, because it's coming on track 1 there. I just need to press that button there and it's set the road already. That's already set straight through. But yeah, you got a lot more to control here. I mean, you do get some trains actually go down this line at the back of the box. I'm just wondering, is this still straight? Is it still quitting? I mean, is it still quitting? Is it still lagging? There will be a rage quit in a minute if it keeps lagging, because obviously I can't keep streaming if it's just lagging constantly. But yeah, you do get some trains going down this back line, and then you get trains on all of these tracks. No, uses these lines yet, but yeah. I love the shadow of the box and everything. Can you see my own shadow in there? Oh, I don't think you can see my shadow. Oh wait, maybe if I go to these windows. I want to see my own shadow. Wait, you can't. Look, my shadow's down there. Fucking hell, this is basic, isn't it? Basic level streaming. At platform 2. Not where I am, are you? Oh shit, I think he is. No, I'm not. He's going away from me. Oh, they passed me, Alex, mate. Oh! No, hang on. 4184. Which way is 4184 going? So let's see. No, he's already gone. He's already supposed to have passed me. Let me try and speak to Latsy Box about that. So this is an AI box. So is the path clear for the train? 4184 on track 2. See what we get back from this. Hopefully they say yes and accept him. Oh, so you can see that white flashing light that we had then. That's me accepting a train coming on the near side track, track 3. I'm just killing SimRail and restarting it and seeing if I restart it, if that fixes it somewhat. There's obviously some problem with SimRail and streaming, which is not ideal. See if it works at all. It's not, you know, I've only until 11 tonight, so I'm up early anyway, so Tom will be a bit longer, I'm sure. To Katowice, because that's actually next to Emerald as well. But yeah, it's not good how it keeps dropping frames. I don't know why it's doing that. Viewers is down the pan. What do we have on the computer here? So this is I think we came here a little bit early, didn't we, to have a look? This is Katowice. It's the edge of Katowice. Katowice is a big city, I believe. And this is a station on the outskirts of town, essentially. Just watching. I'm watching the actual playback at the minute to see what it does, see if it's lagging badly or not. Try shutting Chrome. I'm really not sure what else I can do with it, to be honest. Well, Tom's telling me to do these options, but I don't have the option that he was on about. I'm just watching it on my phone to see what it looks like. We have a train on its way. Waiting for stream to catch up. That's why I'm sort of running around the box like an idiot. My phone, it looks okay. If I'm honest. The quality's not amazing. What have I just shut the chat for? How am I supposed to see the chat if I just shut it? What a dick. Right, okay. That'll be how I have to keep up with chat, I think. Right, okay, so we got 4137 coming from Sosniak, that's coming from Emerald, so copy that. And this one, again, is a computer one, so we can actually see on here, for those of you that missed it earlier, we've actually got this weird little crossing in the middle, which I generally, to be honest with you, I just leave this closed. And all I had to do was press the button up there to close that. You can see that it's a little foot crossing. It's just easy to shut it and get out of the way. We've got an express coming through, so we need to already set the road for that. And it's very much like SimSig nowadays, so you're just literally clicking the arrows and going along. 4137, that's the next unit to come through, so we're going to bring him into the platform, and we're going to actually stop him there. We're not going to let him go any further than the platform for now. Cheers, Hamster Cheeks, fine now at the minute, right, okay. Seem more stable whilst I'm in the box. It seems to be that it's worse when driving, which is a bit of a problem for streaming and stuff, but hopefully not permanently. Matt's now 59 kilometres away. Is everything broken? He's getting further and further away. Christ, Keith's even further away. He's halfway to Warsaw. Oh, look at that. Look at it. My lords. Hello, plant. But weirdly, that seems to be lagging now. Even though that's like AI, I don't know why that would be lagging, but... So we got the next train coming, which is a unit. Let's go down to the platform, we'll have a little closer look and stuff at the unit whilst it's down there. Matt got setback instructions from the signal. Chaos. But yeah, I do think this game does look much like TSW. It looks best in low light. When we see this arrive in the station here, it'll look pretty spot on. Again, you have that freedom as well, as I said earlier. You can just basically do what you want. In terms of, I could route this down the other platform if I wanted to. I could even route it on the other side of this one and stuff. Hello, Nightmare Night. We are on the Portuguese server. Nobody at Bedzin at the minute, which is the one between. There's three of us at. There's one of us at Sosniak, one of us at Dubrow, and I'm at Katowice, so Bedzin would be the logical one between everybody, but any of them are open. I think Lats is open as well. Hello, Team Trains. How you doing, mate? Where's this bloody unit? Hello, jumping. Don't get me cardio done. Like a frog. I thought I crashed the game for a second. It seems to do that is the biggest problem with this actually, is the stuttering that it does in built up areas and stuff with locos between spawned in and stuff. It seems to be pretty laggy with that sort of thing. I'm good, thank you, mate. I'm very good, thank you. See, the only thing that spoils that view for me, I think, is the low res platform edge. Everything else looks nice, and then you got that platform edge there that just looks a bit pants. I forgot I didn't give him the road when he leaves here. There we are. I don't think this is a person driving this. No, it's not. So the destos work on these as well. He says as one arrives without the desto on, but I have seen them working. Look at the sky and everything, the contrast of the colours. Elf. Is that meant to be there? See, the glorious thing about this is I've got control of that at the minute because it can't go anywhere until I give it signal, so we can actually look at how the lighting works and how it bounces off and stuff. Cheers, Cayman. How will signal conflicts be resolved? In terms of us or AI? It's at the moment it's a bit iffy. It keeps crashing, and as soon as somebody goes for a red signal, basically it breaks, and that's the kind of what I hope the playtest will sort out. Because if it doesn't, then it's a big problem. But oh, not supposed to be on here. Can I get back out, please? Thank you. Yeah, it's an iffy one at the minute with signals and conflicts and stuff, where stuff can go wrong quite easily, and it doesn't seem to clean itself up. Whether they can fix that before release is the killer, really, because if they can't, then it's going to be kind of broken. So I'm going to do an example of when you can just have freedom to do whatever the hell you want with these signals. Because I should really be sending this track 1. I'm just going to send it track 3. Why not? You know, we can do what we want. So we can actually set a time to do that, and you can see the points changing now. They're changing. He will then get the signal, and he'll depart on the other track. Shadow reminds me of aliens in the film Signs. Yeah, they do look a bit weird. The actual characters do look pretty decent, to be fair, but yeah. Oh, he's got the door open. He's got that bastard door open that I left open, look. Sorry about that. Tom earlier managed that. Messing it up. He managed to set off while his door's open. Relies on users doing it right. Yes, to an extent. I mean, it does have full AI dispatch systems in the sense that we've got a train waiting. In the sense that if I left now, in theory, AI just picks up from this and takes over from me, and you'd never know any different. That's what it's supposed to do, and it does actually work to an extent. But yeah, it does rely. Basically, if I cock up here, right, if I cocked up now and said, right, that train, I'm going to send it over there, there's something wrong with that. But if I messed up and sent this into one of those sidings up there or something, then his night would be ruined, basically. It'd then be up to me to try and reverse him back out of there and whatnot. If I sent him up the wrong line totally and sent him to Myslowitz instead, then yeah, he'd be completely on the wrong line and he'd have to quit. He'd have no other option, really. It'd be up to him, like in real life, as a driver, it'd be up to you to say, whoa, pal, you've sent me the wrong way, in more formal terms. What was the other station you recommended? Don't trust myself with the analog dispatcher boards at Beds in. Well, the other one I recommended was Latzi, but that's also one of those ones. There will be loads of other ones. I'm trying to think of any around here. I don't think there is any others round here. There are those other ones like past De Broer, but they're very quiet, like Polnock and stuff like that. The analog ones probably are the only ones where it's going to be busiest because we've got everyone else in the busy section is already on some of these other ones. So yeah. You could try like Polnock, but I think you'll find it quite quiet. Dropping again. Why? Why is it dropping again? See if that's stops dropping again now. So yeah, I mean, I'll be coming off here in 25 minutes if you want this box. This is an alright box. It's quite easy to do. You just got these signals on here, which you just basically control with the arrows. Tom will be staying, I imagine, a bit longer. Hopefully, if it stops dropping frames. I mean, the quality must look shit now because it's on like 4000 bitrate. I can't imagine the quality looks very good. It looks okay on the phone, but I'm guessing when we get the full version of this game as well, we're going to get stuff coming into these sidings, or at least I hope, and then we're going to get stuff on this branch. Although I have no idea how the game will cope with it, considering it's barely coping with the stuff that it's got at the minute coming. So let's see, but yeah. Be good to see when it's busy. We've got something else coming as well. From this direction, look there. Got a green arrow, which means there's something coming down that line. What did I just get there? Train 644, oh, there's a freight coming. 644044, departed 1936. I think that might be the freight I was on before, you know. Have a look at that. That number rings a bell. So let's have a look at the timings. 644046. Where is he on here? 44. Just type in his number. 842. 840. No. 644046. Just gonna type it on bleeding numbering. 1942 he should be here. So let's have a look at the timings because I want to loop something just for shits and gigs. So let's see if we've got anything we can loop in for. There is actually 2 trains that are due a few minutes after, so we're just looping for the hell of it. So what we can do is we can pull him right over here onto this loop line. In fact, I think we could actually send him right up there. See if that works. Let's try and send him right up into the top loop and see if it works. Just watching it stream to see if it's still dropping. Absolutely gutted that it's kept doing it. I am sorry guys, it's such a shame that it's kept dropping for you. Oh, look at that, that's just the freight. Quick, get out the box. I want to go look at it. Run. It's probably starting to drop when I go outside and start messing about. I want to get a photo of this because this is going to look beast. Again, I can turn all the hood off and stuff. So we're just looping this, not really for any reason, he's not meant to be booked, he'll actually be 10 minutes late when he leaves here. But if this was all players that were driving now, you could loop this guy if he was running late and say, you're running late mate, sorry, we're going to loop you for a few minutes. Just look at how the light's bouncing off the side of that there. Looks friggin' epic. The LOD is a bit of an issue though, look at that bouncing in there, that spoils it that. God. Does look good, doesn't it? I'm so hyped for when we can all get on this at the same time and everybody's got it. And that can be one of you guys driving that. Hopefully in a private server and stuff. I know for me that's the dream that I've had for years of train simulators. Is he going to fit in the loop? This is the question. He should do. A bit fast, isn't it? No, it's pulling down to the peg. The AI does seem a bit aggressive for how it drives. It seems to come and arrive at like 100 mph. But it does fit inside the signals and everything. No worries, Nightmare, mate. Good to see you there on there. Got another train on its way up here, 24933. Chat, how's the stream looking? I can see the numbers have dropped on viewers, probably because everybody's obviously had enough of it dropping all the time, which is fair enough. And it's getting timed late as well, so it's fair enough. Neither of those trains is coming behind that one yet either, so we need to keep an eye out for that. But Emerald has sent a train through this way. know why I was going to type there. There's no need to type there. 24933. We'll send him through on the main. Basically, beyond here, it goes to that big main station. Main station. The station that we were at before, the Katowice main, where you can go down the subways and stuff. That's the next station that you would end up at if you went around this corner. It's literally like 2 kilometers, not even that. Oh, changing points and stuff as well. You can change points by actually like clicking on them, and then clicking like the plus and minus buttons actually changes the points, so that you don't have to wait for it to change when you then set another train through it, because it takes a few seconds obviously for them all to interlock. Sorry, I missed a lot of chat there as well, guys. Has my neighbour got my Wi-Fi password? Well, he might have. He might have. That might be why it's dropping. Will the servers handle the demand at launch? Sorry if I missed these messages as well. My chat wasn't working right. That's the thing, is it going to be handled at launch? It depends a lot if you can make private servers. If you can't, then I think it's probably going to struggle, because they've had all the slots filled in the servers in the playtest. So I don't know what the plans are for release. So let's see, really. God, it looks okay at the minute. But yeah, looking over here, look, you got all these yards and stuff, and I think I'm not sure if there's some sort of industry at the back of here, because if you look at the diagram, I don't know what that means. But there's something off that end, and there's something over there. And I'm not sure if that's a depot, Wagoneer PKPIC. That's an intercity thing by the sounds of it. Not sure where that is. I know there is a big depot somewhere up there. So hopefully when we get to the point of actually being able to have lots going on and full timetable, we see all these trains running at once, and it's like mega busy. But let's see, because I mean at the end of the day it's struggling with what it's got at the minute in it, so we got this train coming in a minute through here. I'm wondering if the next signal box is knackered again, because it's not sent anything through, and I've looped that through. So I'm tempted to pull him out of there, to be honest. Time are we on? 1943. The next one is due. The freight was 1942. It was a bit early. Next one is 1949. So it's not due just yet, I suppose. So let's keep an eye out for this guy. Seems to be going very fast. Hmm. 24933 stopped. Well, no, he's not due here till 48. He's not due here yet. Everything's stopped at the minute. Let's just get rid of this freight, because at the moment there's nothing really coming. I don't think anything's going to come really. 6444. Oh no, hang on, that's just gone green. There is something coming. Should have been interested then, innit? So we've got due to come through here. At 1949 we're due to have a Regio. And at 1951 we're due to have an Intercity. So let's get them pathed already. I think the green means basically he's been given the signal from Katowice main, which is about 5 minutes up the line. So we're going to have a train coming soon. The routing is getting set up for that signal at the minute. So It's just changing all the points back that needed changing back. And then it's gone green. And then we can set that one to go green as well. Yeah, I mean, it does look good. I mean, we say this really should be almost release version, let's be honest. So it's still, as I said earlier, it's good, but it's a little bit concerning in some regards because it's very fragile. For something that's due out in less than 5 weeks, when you think that you've got Christmas in there, which is going to be probably what 1 week of very little development, you would imagine. I know us at JT, most of our staff will book a week off at Christmas, really at least, and some 2 or some even 3. So you can't see much happening around Christmas time. You're probably talking 4 weeks full development they've got at most now before release, because it's mid-January, I think. I just have my doubts that this is going to be fully working by the time we get to January. Maybe we see a delay to the release, but it's a little bit worrying. Yeah, there's actually supposed to be a map coming in one of the updates. They're doing quite a lot of updates. I'm expecting there'll be another one this week, to be honest. I can't see them not being any more updates this week. Shit, I got knocked down. That's a different unit, that's a 2-car. I want to get down here to get a shot of the other one passing this one. No worries, mate. I'm surprised this isn't lagging out again yet. It looks like it doesn't look too bad. Because my FPS is pretty low tonight, to be honest. I'm not sure really why. Streamlabs does obviously hit your system, but the game hasn't been hitting my system at all, really. I was just wondering, those chimneys are near Bedside, I think. I'm just wondering if that's the same 2 chimneys near Bedside, which is like 8 kilometres away. Or if it's just like some chimneys. So you see what I mean with the wagons bouncing in and out, look, the LOD, the level of detail you call it, on the box wagons. Can you see the ribs of it just appearing every now and then? Look, that's too noticeable. That needs to be, if the game can handle it, detailed all the way down there really, because that's a bit shit, in my opinion. It's just to see that. Excuse the bluntness, but yeah, that's been a bit crap really. Gonna be tougher for serious. Sorry, I can't read. Gonna be tougher for serious if others want to goof around track sort of stuff. Yeah, that's a big problem. That's why I've been really keen to hope we see. Is that a person running down the track there that I just saw? No, maybe not. I thought I saw a person running around. Is this train supposed to have stopped there? Must have. You know, if you're in a server and you've got toxic users, it's going to be a big issue. So yeah, you need private servers, and that relies on you having people around to play with you as well. So obviously the people in the playtest are really dedicated people because they're the people that know about this that have signed up to it. It's the core users, it's the hardcore users, it's the proper enthusiasts. When you get this game going on a sale and you get Billy from Down Road who's 12 years old and thinks fuck it, I'm going to cause a train wreck, and him and all his mates come on and cause absolute carnage, then that's going to ruin it really, innit? So let's see. But so long as you can make private servers, that'll be a good start. Especially if you could like rent them and stuff, because I'd consider renting a server and having it up there and letting people make donations and stuff towards it to try and keep it up, and then somewhere like a safe place almost for people to go without worrying about shit kicking off. But then how do you have control over that? How do you kick people that do come in there and cause trouble? Stuff like that. Oh, we've got one on that line, look. Not seen that before. 41136. He's going to our Sosniak as well. Yeah, I've not seen one on the back lines. There's always one Billy, hamster chicks. There's always one Billy, mate. It's usually Tom. He's a bit of a Billy. No, sorry, he's a bit of a bastard. But yeah, same thing really. Just gonna. So I've got to wait to pass this signal here. I've got to wait until that train there is just gone into that next section. I can click. So what you do is you click button, signal that you're routing to, POC. If you hover over it, it tells you what it means. Set up train route, execute. Pretty obvious what that means. And then you can just set it, and it'll gradually set that to. Well, yeah, Billy's got no mates, so he'll not be able to bring 12 people from down the street, will he? Just telling SOS now that we've got 41133, 41136, departed 1952. So all I'm doing there is telling the next box to expect 2 trains from me, and then 64404. We can let the freight out as well, obviously, because these 2 have cleared. Then we can let the freight out. So what I can do is I can actually advise the box of what I want the next move to be. I'm not going to say it until I've typed it because I know that everyone's watching the stream and he's going to hear me say what I want to happen next. So let's just say what I want to happen next in the text. So we've got another train here, 24185. It's a nice busy little period we've got going on here. So we go onto the computer. What you want to do is when you get the computer, you just want to check what time you got. What time you type in the number of the train that you see on the diagram, and it'll come up telling you what it's doing. So we can see arrival 1957 is not stopping. He's going from Sosniak to Katowice. He's actually going from Kelce to Gliwice, and he's an intercity. We need to give this guy the road because he's going straight through, and I'm sort of holding him up here a bit. So let's get him routed on straight away. We need to get the freight routed as well. There we go. The freight's going to route through now. I should do. I hope. There we go. Yeah, he's doing. Very high priority freight. It's a very important train of box wagons. Tom's going to love all them trains coming at him at once. See the freight's leaving there in the background, look, and the express is already here. Can I jump on this pile? Oh, that's a shame. There's a bleeding shadow in the way. Bloody run. Burn some of that lard off. Get running. Oh, I'm going to miss the shot. No, 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 no. No. Quick. Oh, I've not got the blood. Oh, didn't get the hood off in time. So he's got a flashing yellow signal there, which means he's basically getting ready to slow down for Catwish Main, which is the next signal. Oh, 24933. Was that actually a player that passed us a few minutes ago? It was. The train went through a few minutes ago. Both of those, actually. Or at least one of those was an actual player. Is Matt in here still? We're still 35 kilometres away. He's taking all night. Where's he going away from us? Conker Juice. Still around, I think. Oh, it's just disappeared as Conker Juice, actually. But yeah, as you can see, guys, it does actually seem to be running pretty well at the minute. It's not, we're not having any major issues. This is probably the smoothest it's gone today for a while. It won't be quiet at Benson in a minute, Nightmare. You've got loads of stuff coming your way, I tell you. Any idea pricing model? Pay once, I believe, and then I presume DLC, like TS sort of style, TSC, TSW sort of style. I'm guessing. I am guessing. I've not seen anything. Somebody might know what the pricing is going to be, but as far as I know, it's like just a one-off payment. Whether they then do, because originally this was SimRail 2021, so whether they then do SimRail 2022 and we have a full Train Sim World style thing, which I'm not against if it's done right and the quality's good, to be honest. So. I need to go off soon, guys, because I've got to be up at 6 in the morning. Probably a bit before to defrost the car, because it's meant to be -5 tonight. Don't look it at the minute, though. I'm just going to ask Susmek if he's got anything due soon. Yeah, there's no pricing on Steam at the minute. I think the release date's on there somewhere, but yeah. Next trains for us. We're supposed to have had 2 there, but there's none come. No, I think that one might have gone. No, it hasn't gone. There's meant to be those 2 coming, but they haven't come yet. There's also meant to be one there. There's actually meant to be quite a few. Look, there's meant to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the next 10 minutes. Let's see if any of these. Billy could come to Frost Car, couldn't he? Or lad next door that's nicking Wi-Fi. Just nice sitting in me, chilling in my signal box watching sun go down. Some banging tunes on my stereo. Oh, this is another thing I haven't shown actually. You can flick these lights on and off, which is quite cool. Little novelty feature, but you can actually put the whole lighting on in the whole box. Like here. So now the light's on. You can't really tell, but when it's dark, you can tell they're actually on. There's actually a radio stop button on here, which I guess if you press that in future, hopefully, I'm guessing alt train stop or something. Cheers, Cameron. Appreciate your kind comments there, mate. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I've never really done out much. I've never played anything in Unity much, but it seems solid enough, really. And I'm excited for it, so let's see. But yeah, it seems solid. I think I'm going to call it a night here, guys, because we don't seem to be getting much going on. Tom is still live on Twitch. I'll drop you a link in the chat for that. At least I think he's still live. Nobody's told me he's not live, so I assume he's still live. You can find him. Let's find the bloody stream. You can find Tom there on Twitch, guys. He's Storm. I'm finished for tonight. And very much appreciate you all watching. Sorry about the issues there has been. Hopefully we can iron those out in future. But cheers very much for watching, guys. See you later, and cheers.